Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost time to go racing at Wiscasset Speedway.
It's only $5.
$5?
Yeah, $5.
I'm your pre-race host, Nick Huff, and it's time to cool the engines with today's Spotlight interview. Let's head pitside and talk with some of our top competitors as they prepare for today's racing action.
All clear, all clear.
Today's pre-race Spotlight interviews are brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, operating 30 Napa Auto Parts stores across the state of Maine. Find a Coastal Auto Parts Napa near you at capnapa.com.
I'm dropping the hammer.
No, you're not.
We're going to the race. We're going to win first place. And you have an ugly face.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Marshall Hurley, the race director and general manager of the ProTruck Challenge. And Marshall, it's been like 3 or 4 years since the trucks have been at Wiscasset Speedway, hasn't it? Can you shed some light maybe on an exact time frame?
I would say it's 4 years. It's been quite a while, and when we were here before, the 38 truck was the strongest truck in the field. Con Sousa and the 15, Gerard Giordano Jr., those were the heavy hitters, and Randy Burr that's still here running with us in the 32. Those were the strong trucks. I think the 38 won 2 of those shows, and it was a great time for all. Connor, he's an ACT driver now. He just won at New Hampshire when they were at Loudon in the spring. He also races at Seekonk, but if we had a truck for him, this was his favorite track. He is just dying to get back. His crew chief is the guy that's going to be teching these cars today.
All right, does the ProTruck Challenge race anywhere else in the state of Maine?
We do not have another place. Most of these trucks, the series is, they're from Long Island, or they're from Connecticut, Massachusetts. They're all near that Thompson, Route 90. So we pick 1 or 2 races that are a bit of a drive. And I think if it wasn't the 4th, we would have had more here. There's some people that just have traditional things that they do on the 4th. But the guys that are here today really proud that they made the trip. And they're really good races. You're going to get a good show. You got the quality guys, right? Because the top guys aren't going to miss the race.
That's awesome to hear. And basically, what I was getting at, I had a hunch that this was the only place in the state of Maine that the Truck Challenge came here. And so basically, this is the only place in the state to see a truck race of this nature. If anybody, it's a little late to get here now, but yeah, just kind of a cool little tidbit. You can't go to Speedway, you can't go to Oxford and see them. If you want to see them, this is the only one, and we're glad that you guys have made the return after 4 years. So who are the heavy hitters to look out for today?
Well, the most exciting thing you're going to see, the 32, the orange, I don't know what we want to call that, bright orange 32 of Randy Burr. He is on fire. All right, he's got a big points lead. These guys run a chase type thing, so I'm sure we're going to see him in the chase. But they put a bounty on his head today. So if someone knocks him off, they win an extra $1,000. So that's how hot he is, though. He won it. Did he win 3 of our 4? Who else has won?
Thompson, Waterford, Thompson.
There you go, Thompson, Waterford, Thompson. So he's on a run, and he comes from a track that's similar to this. So he is definitely one of the favorites. The other one that's injured right now, the 151, that's going to be your other favorite. That he's having a really, really rough day. I think their hauler broke down. Then his car is having a tough day. So we would have liked to see them. The 81 Chapman, Tyler Chapman doesn't usually run with us. He ran years ago, but he mostly is Waterford based. His crew chief is fantastic. His equipment is fantastic, and this guy can drive. So you're going to see the 81 right up front battling with Randy. Very surprised with these trucks have different motor programs. So some people will know these numbers, and some will, well, maybe they'll learn a little something. 602 V8 is probably the most popular short track motor for this type of racing, whether it's a sportsman car or whatever. And we have the 602 has there's plenty of them here. The 47 is a 602. So you'll see plenty of 602s in the field. These are a motor you buy from GM. You can't really touch them. There's accessories that can put on. Our series also allows what we call claimer motors, and you're going to see C's on the cars that have claimers. And claimer motors, there's some minor rules of what you get, but from the carburetor to the pan and from the hoses on the radiator to the clutch, after the race, the other competitors can buy that motor for $3,500. It's a $3,500 claimer rule. And so, so you'll see that this is the popular motor now, that most of these guys are running trucks that they're not spending over $3,500, and that is what's in that orange truck that won those races. So if you can imagine in today's day and age, winning races with a $3,500, I think my grandson's, my 6-year-old grandson's go-kart setup is more than $3,500. So, you know, that'll give you a little insight. You'll also see we give some variants with the bodies. We have a couple different wheelbases. So we have a 108-inch, we have a 112-inch, and then some of them have grates in the hood to create downforce and let air out from under the hood. So they have options that our trucks have an option, sort of like a menu at a restaurant. Yes. If you run a Y5 hub, you have to pay so much pounds. If you run a certain size rear, you know, you can have a 3-point rear, a 4-point rear, and certain size lengths of these arms in the rear of the truck. You have different rules for that. So they have a menu, and they build the trucks the way they like them. And it's kind of old school, right? Because now everything's cookie cutter.
Have you ever seen the motor claimer rule exercised by a driver? Absolutely.
And who they pull the motor out of all the time is that 32 truck. So the 151, that's one of his motors, and he went back and beat him at New Hampshire International. We race up there at Loudon, and in the spring, the 151 was with a motor that he claimed in the fall from Randy Burr.
All right, so you said the 32. What was his name again?
Randy Burr.
Oh, that guy. Okay, Randy Burr. He won Thompson, Waterford, Thompson. I think I heard you say you've had 4. What?
He didn't. The only race he didn't win was Loudon.
Yeah. Okay. So that's been the 4-race series so far. This is race number 5 for your points championship.
Race number 5. Yes, and they're battling to get in the top 8. They have a $10,000 points fund that the top 8 are gonna they're gonna split that. And so you know, you got to get invited to the dance. And so there's some guys that are just holding on by a thread. And then we have another group that is just knocking on the door. They want to get in there. And so one of the examples would be the 42 truck, Chris Palomar. He last year, on the last race that there was actually points counted for the cut for the chase, he just barely edged his way in from 9th to 8th. And then the next race, what we do is we break them into 2 groups. Those 8, whatever way they finish in the field, there's going to be a top 4 and a bottom 4. The top 4 are going to contend for the bigger money in the championship, and the bottom 4 are going to contend 5th through 8th. And so he made the jump up to 4th. And then he ended up 3rd in points, and he made that all in 2 weeks because of the chase format. The racing is unbelievable in the chase races. So it's exciting. It's big money on the line. I think today, all the things considered, we have we have fastest lap awards, and either in qualifying or in the race. We have random positions that companies have come on board to sponsor a little bit. So all the money that we're paying out today, we're just short of $9,000 for the day. And the neat thing about it is they have only certain races they can use new tires. So they are not spending money on tires today. They can buy tires, but they have to start dead last. And it's too close a field to do that, even with new tires. But they have a really nice tire they run on from Hoosier. And that allows us to let them come to a race like this, paying out all that money. It's $300 to start, which this is very much in your limited late model range of a car, right? That would be what you're looking at, and it's over $300 to start. It's $1,000 to win, and if you beat Randy, $2,000. So it's a really nice payday, and of course, they're really interested in the points. They all want to be champ.
All right. So how many races are in the season, and when does the chase kick in?
So we have 10 races. So we'll go all the way till Star Speedway, accumulating points. We're at the Classic there in September. And then we go back to Thompson. When we get to Thompson, however they finish there, we'll do the split between the top 4 and the bottom 4. And then this year, way deep in the year, I think it's in October, we'll be at Oktoberfest. And Lee Raceway will be the championship race. And the way it's looking right now, they will fight for their championship on used tires on a very slick track. So that's going to be even more exciting than we've ever had it.
All right, Marshall, it was a pleasure to talk to you. So 10-race Pro Truck Challenge season, and we're on race number 5, halfway through your season. So I hope you guys enjoy Wiscasset Speedway today. We
love it here. We already knew that. This is one of our favorite places to come. I can't tell you, the facility is so comfortable to race at, and we even love your victory lane where you go and you're right out in front of the fans. The track is just beautiful. Listen, when you go to a race, I think to get in the pits at Thompson this year when we were there, I think it was $100. Was it $100? I think so. It was $80 or $100, but I'm pretty sure it was like for the whole weekend it was $100. And you guys save money. I think you can get in the pits here for about $20, $25.
And always
$20 and $5 in the grandstand. I mean, it's unbelievable. We wish you were located right near us because we'd want to be here every week. It's just a tremendous program, facility, good for racing. Everybody treats us like gold here, so really love being here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them race, and I'm glad you guys are happy to be here, and I hope it doesn't take another 4 years to get you guys back.
If they want us back, we'll be back, that's for sure. That's we do, Ken's such a great guy to get along with, and if there's a way we can come back, we're coming back.
All right, thanks a lot, Marshall. Have fun.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
The world doesn't stop overnight, and neither do we. We're watching, tracking, preparing to keep you informed and ready for whatever your day holds. There for you when you need us most. Good Day Maine. Weekday mornings on CBS 13 and Fox 23.
Reliable forecasts live on our weather app, social media, and even your car radio.
So that your plans won't ever need a rain check.
On your side, wherever and whenever you need us.
The CBS 13 Fox 23 Weather Authority team.
And with that, a good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and happy birthday, America. Happy 250th, and we appreciate you guys being here with us on this toasty holiday weekend in the mid-coast of Maine. Tonight's race program brought to you by Dale Cook Excavation in memory of Dale Cook. And we've got a couple guests in the house. The Carver's Driving Academy Crown Vics are in the house, and also the Pro Truck Challenge presented today by 32 Signs. First division up on the track, though, to race today will be the Creative Cleanout Sport Modifieds. A little low on the car count on these guys today. One heat race will do the deal for these guys. We've got the top rookie in the class. That is Alec Brown in the 1. Multi-time champion Adam Chadbourne in the number 1. Another talented rookie, Jackson Moorside, in the number 88. Your most recent winner, Kyle Hewins, in the number 21. And veteran Scott Tucker in the number 79. Pace car ready to take the turn in, and we'll turn it over, as always, to Nick Huff to call the heat race action.
Green, green, green.
The creative cleanouts by Josh. Sport Modifieds are underway. Kicking off this exciting Group 2 night at Maine's biggest and fastest track. And it is Adam Chadbourne in the 1, leading the first circuit. Two-time winner this season in that 39, Alec Brown, is trying to hold on to second, but the defending winner from 2 weeks ago is Kyle Hewins on the outside in the 21. Chadbourne pulling away. Kyle Hewins struggling on the top. Alec Brown continues to hold him off, and Hewins threads the needle, getting in line. Jackson Moorside in the 88, unable to keep it up tight on the back bumper of the 39, allowing Kyle Hewins to drop it down single file. And this is a 10-lap qualifier. Oh, there might have been some contact there as Alec Brown moves up a little bit out of 4. Kyle Hewins was unable to capitalize. It's a 10-lapper, folks. 5 laps are complete this time. 5 to go. Halfway flags are being shown. And Adam Chadbourne is just maintaining pace enough to keep them at a safe distance, but also not use up his stuff. Chadbourne keeping that battle for second at bay, about 4 or 5 car lengths. As Brown slipped up once again, Kyle Hewins trying to wedge the nose in there, but also not be too over-aggressive. It's just a qualifier, no need to make enemies, but if Alec Brown continues to make mistakes, Kyle Hewins is doing his best to capitalize. Jackson Moorside, the modified rookie in the 88, holding his own there, maintaining with that second place battle. And they're looking at the 2 to go flags. Oh, we got a spin out of turn 4. Scott Tucker, that is, in the 79, is going to keep it going. And Chadbourne still leads. Oh, Hewins loses it out of 4. All by himself in the 21, loses it out of 4, as well as Tucker the lap prior to that. Checkered flag is going to wave this time. We're going to let it finish. What a crazy turn of events. Adam Chadbourne leads it wire to wire. Hewins will lose 1 spot to the spin, as Jackson Moorside will capitalize and take 3rd.
Yeah, Hewins and Chadbourne came into the weekend in a tie for the points, but Hewins held the tiebreaker courtesy of his win, but gives it back with Chadbourne taking the heat win. He'll go into the feature 6 points up now on Kyle Hewins. He is a 7-time champion here at Wiscasset Speedway, and the number 1 out of Woolwich. Adam Chadbourne is your heat winner. And ironically, halfway through the season, he is still in search of his first feature win of this 2026 campaign. Now time to roll the trucks onto the track, and we've rather than run a actual heat race, these guys are going to run a group time trial so that we make sure we transfer all the trucks straight to the feature this afternoon. So this group time trial will filter them out by speed and determine the starting lineup for today's 55-lap America 250 feature race. The Pro Truck Challenger Spotlight Division tonight at Wiscasset Speedway, as you heard the interview with Marshall Hurley, making their first appearance here in about 4 or 5 years. I believe it was 4 years last time that they were here. Okay, we're going to give these guys 5 green flag laps. Nate Sennett up on the flag stand. Unfortunately, Dave Sturgis a bit under the weather and had to head home early today. So Nate, actually a former flagman here at Wiscasset Speedway, so able to jump right up there to take over the flagging duties. I guess an opportunity here while Marshall Hurley's in the house. Marshall, just talk about how your season has gone altogether. I know you're bouncing around a lot of tracks and, like Thompson and some of the other tracks down in southern New England.
The car to watch is, or the truck to watch, I might say, the 32, Randy Burr. He has won 3 of our first 4 races. The 151 of Bert Ouellette, who's second in points, he had a problem during the warm-ups, and he's not going to make the race. But the 81 is new with us this week. He ran at Waterford, and he's running here, and I think he can give Randy a run for his money like Bert normally would. And then the 94, that's Jason Paquette. He actually has a house up here in Maine, and he feels like it's his home track. So we have some good contenders. Right now they're trying to set a fast time, and then out of those times, the top 6 will draw for starting positions.
Yeah, right now these guys are turning lap times in the mid-16s right now. Fastest lap is at number 81 so far, Tyler Chapman, with a 16.45.
One of the things that this series does, we try to keep the tire costs down, and for environmental reasons too. They only run new tires every other race, or at least certain tracks. And so they are all on used tires today. But these 300 lap rated tires in our races are usually 55 laps. So the tires are great to race on, and they're doing a great job out there. I'm watching them right now. So exciting to watch, being up here on a really round track compared to what they've been on all year.
Yeah, these guys running lap times pretty identical to our Super Street division.
Yeah, some of the other contenders to watch, the number 47. I love the truck. It's the most colorful truck we have, and Todd Taylor's been runner-up in the points for a couple of years. The 42 that you see pulling in out right there, he has one of those Claimers motors we talked about earlier, but his is an LS motor, and he seems to have a little trouble with it right now, but he was fast in practice. I don't know if he ever got it going in this qualifying session.
All right, inside the final 2 laps, and Tyler Chapman still holding the top spot. Randy Burr second, Todd Taylor third, and Dennis Charette holding the 4th best time so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jason Paquette was here practicing yesterday, so I'm pretty sure they're disappointed with not being right up at the top of the charts. Hopefully we'll see that 42 back in shape and out in the field. Racing, we're always trying to keep down costs. So when we see these Claimer motors and they're able to win with them, and that's what's in the 32, we want them to do well because the less the cost, the healthier our sport, right?
Absolutely.
Well,
all right.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Marshall. We'll have you back up here in a little bit for the main event this afternoon with the Pro Trucks, brought to you by 32 Signs, as they'll head back to the paddock. And we'll roll out our next weekly division here in Group 2. It'll be the Portland Glass Strictly Streets, as they'll push the 42 back to the pits as well. Again, Tyler Chapman in the 81 was the fastest, 16.45. I'd mentioned those guys running laps pretty identical to our Super Streets.
Yeah, Ken, I just got informed that they were competing for fastest lap times out of those 9 laps that they were given. And they've been put on the speed charts, just like in practice, in order of fastest to slowest. But that's not exactly how they're going to start the main event. They're going to do a redraw for the top 6 down in the lower pits where they are all gathered for the Pro Truck Challenge pit area. And they will inform us come driver introduction time how the top 6 redraw played out. But from 7th on back, they are going to remain in the same order of speed that they just represented right now. There's not a single driver out there from Maine or even New Hampshire. They're all either from Connecticut, Rhode Island, or Massachusetts. So we appreciate all of those Pro Truck Challenge drivers for the long haul to get here, all the way from either Connecticut, Massachusetts, or Rhode Island.
All right, again, we want to thank you guys for joining us here for our Salute to America 250th birthday of this great country, and we appreciate you guys here. We got Group 2 in action with the Pro Trucks. The Crown Vics are here, and we'll light up the sky a little bit at the end of the night as well. And we want to thank the folks from Dale Cook Excavation for being our presenting sponsor of tonight's race program here at Wiscasset Speedway. If you ever want to see the races, if you are here and want to see them again, or somebody wasn't able to make it, you can tune into our YouTube channel. Wiscasset Speedway has its own YouTube channel where our great videographer Brandon Simmons records all the action, and they roll out that video at the end of the following week. So tune in on Friday. You can see all the action.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Ken. I don't feel like we do a good enough job of saying that about that YouTube channel and thanking Brandon for all that he does. So, yeah, go on YouTube. Search up Wiscasset Speedway. It'll bring you to that channel, and you can rewatch each and every week at the racetrack.
All right, it's time for the Portland Glass Strictly Streets. Got one that had difficulty getting going out of the staging area. This will be the first of 2 heat races for the Strictlys this afternoon. There's 19 Strictlys in the paddock today, but they're having a little difficulty getting going this afternoon. There are more down there. I guess they have one that is having difficulty starting up or needs a push. The ones we have so far include Ray Dinsmore III out of Limerick in the number 81. Then comes Brady Romano out of Livermore in the number 83. Rookie Caden Neptune is in the 45 out of Mount Vernon. Ethan Dinsmore from Hope in the number 8X. 3-time and reigning champion Zach Emerson in the number 23. He's had a bit of a struggle on the first part of his season. And here come the rest of them. The number 12 is driven by Tyler Dinsmore. Then comes the 2 of Dale Lawrence. The 00 is driven by Dan Morton. And Eddie Luma Jr. in the number 22 will fill out the field here for heat number 1.
Strictly Streets are brought to you at Wiscasset Speedway by Portland Glass Company, where they fix it fast and they fix it done right. When a rock hits your windshield or a window at home needs replacing, Mainers trust Portland Glass Company. From auto glass repairs to home windows, doors, and custom glass projects, their team delivers quality that you can see. With 12 locations across Maine, Portland Glass is always close by and ready to help. Portland Glass Company, doing it right, right here in the state of Maine. Strictly Streets coming at ya with Ray Dinsmore and Brady Romano as the green flag waves. Good, solid start, 2x2 all the way through. But Dinsmore breaks free out of turn 2 and puts a couple car lengths in between them, with Dale Lawrence coming up the inside in car number 2. Brady Romano in the 83 struggling on the top side. He's going to lose another spot to Ethan Dinsmore in the 8, and another to Zach Emerson, the defending champion. Brady Romano did not take the opportunity to get to the inside. Tyler Dinsmore moves up in the 12. We've got 3 Dinsmores in the top 5 now. Ray Dinsmore leads the way. Dale Lawrence gives chase. Ethan Dinsmore looks to the top side, but I don't think it's going to work out for him in the 8X. Zach Emerson is going to take the opportunity to get to his low side in the 23. Side by side at the line. Zach Emerson in the 23 takes third away from Ethan Dinsmore. Dan Morton in the 00 cracks the top 5 now, but there's a 4-car breakaway well ahead of Dan Morton. Side by side, outside of the top 5, Tyler Dinsmore and Caden Neptune duking it out for 6th place. As they just saw the crossed flags for halfway, this time it's going to be 4 laps to go for Ray Dinsmore. Dale Lawrence trying to hold on to 2nd. Zach Emerson putting the pressure on. Emerson may have given him a little tap in between 1 and 2 that last time around. I'm not sure. I saw Dale Lawrence a little bit sideways. And Lawrence is going to have to do a better job than that, protecting the inside. He is going in high and swooping down to the inside halfway through the corner. And if he does that one too many times, Zach Emerson is going to be right there to capitalize. 2 laps to go. Zach Emerson is going to look to the top now. Dale Lawrence not keeping it glued right down to the curb. You could put a half a car underneath him, but Zach Emerson is playing nicely. And he's not going to force the situation in a qualifier, I guess it looks like. Still working on that top side with 1 lap to go. And it's not looking good right there. In the middle of 1 and 2, Emerson gets a push and files it back in behind the 2, single file. It is Ray Dinsmore, Dale Lawrence, Zach Emerson, and Ethan Dinsmore. And then how about Dan Morton in the 5th position? That is your top 5 in qualifier number 1 for the Strictly Streets, brought to you by Portland Glass Company. And we'd also like to tell you about Rennie's. If they don't have it, you don't need it. Quality merchandise, great values, and a truly unique shopping experience at Rennie's, a Maine adventure with 19 locations across the state of Maine. Ray Dinsmore, the 3rd, collects his heat win checkered flag in the 81. Make some noise for Ray, folks. With official track photographer Jason Dickey, as qualifier number 2 prepares to join the back of the Norm's Used Cars Ford Mustang pace car on the backstretch. 1 more qualifier for Strictly Streets with the Roadrunners on deck.
So former Strictly champion John Black behind the wheel of the Norm's Used Cars Ford Mustang pace car. John was the 1986 Street Stock champion here at Wiscasset. Jumping on board to join our team this year is one of our 2 pace car drivers. This is heat number 2. These drivers lining up by their points over the last 4 races. And there are penalty points for missing a race, so you'll have a couple part-timers mixed in as well. We've got Chris Burgess in the number 7B to his outside. Matt Mingo in the number 12. Landon Tapley's in the 25. Then comes your point leader, Scott Eck, in the number 27 out of Lisbon. Tyler Jordan and Mike Delano on row number 3. Cowboy Dan Trask and Chaz Briggs on row 4. Chuck Wagstaff coming off his best career finish. And your most recent winner, Mac Hannon Jr. in the 08.
And we are green with another very solid start. Everybody 2 by 2 except for that inside line. Chris Burgess in the 7 will break free from the clutches of everybody running side by side behind him. Matt Mingo in the 12 doing a fine job holding his own up there. A couple cars will scoot on by, but Matt Mingo certainly up to speed to compete with these guys. Landon Tapley moves up to 2nd. Tyler Jordan moves up to 3rd. And Cowboy Dan Trask moves up to 4th. Cowboy Dan Trask was the feature winner from 2 Strictly Street races ago, and Mac Hannon Jr. is the most recent. Matt Mingo in the 12 is going to settle into the top 5 spots, single file. Wagstaff hot on his heels. Scott Eck in the 27. Mac Hannon Jr. having a tough time working his way through. Ben Burgess. Make that Chris Burgess in the 7B. Still leads the way. His son Ben Burgess runs late models these days. Chris Burgess, his father, took over the Strictly Street reins. Landon Tapley closing in. Landon Tapley with a 17.62 and Chris Burgess with a 17.63. So it is minor, folks, but it is a 1,000th of a second difference between those top 2 lap times. And Landon Tapley certainly is tightening it up ever so slowly. With 3 to go this time on the front side, can Tapley make a move? A battle behind them between Tyler Jordan and Dan Trask is for the 3rd position. Matt Mingo unable to maintain with the top 4, but he is in defense mode with Wagstaff all over his rear bumper. I told you Landon Tapley was just ever so slightly faster than Burgess. He was right up to the bumper that last time through 1 and 2. Coming to the white flag. Oh, Tapley is going to put it right up tight going into turn 1. Still single file for that top 4. It doesn't look like anybody's going to make anything happen without something crazy extraordinary. Checkered flag is going to wave. And it's Chris Burgess holding him off wire to wire. Tapley with a valiant effort in the 25. Tyler Jordan 3rd. Dan Trask 4th. And Chuck Wagstaff cracked the top 5 there on the final lap, taking that spot away from Matt Mingo.
Yeah, as Nick mentioned, he and his son switched cars to run the 2026 season, and he's having a blast here in the Strictly's. In the number 7B out of Hartford, that is Chris Burgess, your heat winner. He'll start mid-pack for their 25-lap feature this afternoon. Heat 1 fills the front half of the field. Heat 2 fills the back half of the field. The good old handicap to... We call it the price of success. There's nobody to blame for your starting spot than yourself.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. If you have a good feature finishing average, if you're a good, consistent racer always at the front like that, then that is your price of success. You always got to start at the back with the handicap system.
All right, they're calling for a push truck down on pit road again. Another car getting trouble getting going. It's time for the Dale's Cash Fuel Roadrunners. This will be the first of 2 heat races for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, that's right, Ken. They're brought to you by Dale's Cash Fuel. where everything starts with service, quality, and trust. Dale's Cash Fuel delivers the right products at affordable prices, on time so your home stays warm all year long. You can find out more on the web at www.dalesoil.com. That is for Dale's Cash Fuel, dalesoil.com. And tonight is also brought to you by Dale Cook Excavation. And we are remembering Dale Cook this evening at Maine's biggest and fastest track. Thank you to the Cook family and Dale Cook Excavation for being a partner of tonight's program.
All right, looks like we, well, there's the one we were waiting for. See if we can get it fired up. On the track, we've got Jarity in the number 71, then Carl Conan outside in the number 7. Jason Meservy is in the 57. Keegan Murray in the number 07. Then comes Jason Main in the number 66. We've mentioned before that Jason is the grandson of Wiscasset Hall of Famer Phil Main, son of Phil Main Jr., who's raced off and on for many years here at Wiscasset. So Jason making his season debut a couple races ago. And Hayden Carver not having too much luck in the 44. He will head it right back down pit road, so we'll go with the 5 that we have. This will set the front half of the field for their 25-lap feature race today.
Yes, sir. That was the car that we were giving an allotted time to get the push out here, Hayden Carver. The push truck was no success at getting the 44 fired up, so it was supposed to be a 6-car qualifier. We're down to 5, and we're looking for that green flag this time for 10 laps with Jarity and Carl Conan. Jarity in the purple 71, a little slow off the bat. Carl Conan quickly clears from the top side. And Keegan Murray in the 07 is going to rise to the occasion on the top of Jarity now, looking for second. He's going to do it. Keegan Murray puts that 07 up into the runner-up position. Side by side for third as Jarity still losing spots, folks. Jason Meservy in the 57 is going to snatch third away from him as well. The Dale's Cash Fuel Roadrunners, led by Carl Conan at the moment, but Keegan Murray is certainly closing up the gap in that 07. It's the 7 versus the 07, and the bumper gets put to the back of Conan. Holy cow. A little aggressive there on the 07. Keegan Murray gives Carl Conan a huge punt, trying to keep this race going green, but Carl Conan is not moving. Carl Conan had a little help from the 07. Yep, and race control is going to stop the 07 on the backstretch and put him to the tail. Hey, look at that 44. Hayden Carver did get that thing fired up. And they're going to get Carl Conan in front of the 07. And we're good to go. Carl Conan up into fourth. All right, we're going green once again. 7 laps to go. And we're 3 wide into the first corner. Keegan Murray wasting no time. No contact made. 3 wide, comes out successfully. Keegan Murray moves up to third rather quickly. Carl Conant didn't get so lucky. Jason Meservey in the 57 is in command, but probably not for long. Keegan Murray is looking real stout today in the 07. Jarity getting picked on once again in the 71. Carl Conant moves up to third in the 7. All right, Keegan Murray is looking up the tail of another leader. Close quarters up front once again as they just saw the halfway flags. This time on the front side, it's 4 laps to go. Can Jason Meservey hold him off? Murray touching the curb with the left front, upsetting his racing line. Jason Meservey gets a little bit more breathing room. Oh, but he's got to push in the center. Murray's going to try to get to the inside. Not going to happen. He's going to cross back over to the top. We've got a barn burner happening up front. Jason Meservey versus Keegan Murray. 2.5 laps remaining. Carl Conant out of the mix in the third position. Once again, Keegan Murray touches the curb, makes that front end hop up and push in the center. Murray's got to keep it off the apron to have fast lap times. Oh, this time he's got the nose in there. Is Meservey going to chop him? No, he will not. It's nice and clean in turn 1, and it's a dead heat down the backstretch. This is a good one. This is the final lap. Can Murray pull it off in the 07? Looks like he's going to do it. Checkered flag is flying. He moves up way high on Meservey. Holy cow. He made that number 07 extra wide out of the final corner. I guess they're going to give it to him. Keegan Murray from the back to the front takes this win in exciting fashion. Meservey for second. Carl Conant climbs his way back into third. Things getting real dicey and heated in this first Roadrunner qualifier. Will they play as aggressively in the second one? Coming up next, brought to you by Dale's Cash Fuel.
So Keegan Murray getting the photograph from Jason Dickey and a chance to hold the checkered flag. He'll start at the pole position for their 25-lap feature today as we roll out the top half of the class, including our most recent winner. We do have one new car in that group coming out. Heat number 2 will line up with Gavin Giroux, your point leader, in the number 02. To his outside will be Jason Sears in the number 11. Then comes your most recent winner in the number 23. That's Allison Graffam. To her outside in the number 04, making his debut out of Leeds, is Dylan Tripp. Kerrigan Glazier in the number 99, and James Grover outside in the number 6 will fill out the field here for heat number 2.
Hey, Ken, didn't Kerrigan win the last 3 races from last year, but she's still looking for her first one this season?
That is correct.
Yeah, things aren't coming so easy this year for the 99 Kerrigan Glazier. It seems like the competition in this division has really stepped up. She's been in the top 3 in victory lane multiple times, but Kerrigan Glazier, with a 3-peat last season, still seeking her first win this year. Out front, it's the 0-2 Gavin Giroux. He's a multi-time feature winner this season. Allison Graffam up to second in the 23, and we're side by side for third place. Kerrigan Glazier and Jason Sears. We've seen these two duke it out on multiple occasions. Jason Sears not quite up to snuff with the top 3, it appears. He's been in victory lane a couple times, but today might be a different story. He usually races side by side with Kerrigan for quite some time. Sears is losing ground on the top 3 as the sisters might be heating up for the second place battle. Allison Graffam and Kerrigan Glazier are sisters, folks, in the 23 and the 99. Well, I might have spoke too soon. Jason Sears looks to be closing it back up. That 6 car is right in the mix too. James Grover, don't count him out. From second to 5th is almost bumper to bumper. We're halfway with 5 laps still to go. Gavin Giroux in a different zip code in that Toyota Celica number 02, owned by Chip Farrington. Second place is still up for grabs. Single file, almost bumper to bumper. Allison Graffam, Kerrigan Glazier, Jason Sears, and James Grover. 3 laps left for Gavin Giroux this time. Qualifier number 2 for the Dales Cash Fuel Roadrunners with popsicle sticks out at the flag stand. 2 laps left for the 02. Gavin Giroux with a couple feature wins this season. Looking stronger than ever, just leaving these guys in the dust. He'll see the white laundry this time. We got James Grover looking to the top side in the 5th position. Can he make a last lap move in the second groove? Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it, Ken. James Grover looking to make a move in the second groove. Checkered flag is flying for Gavin Giroux. And they remain the same, pretty much wire to wire for 2nd to 5th. Kerrigan make that Allison Graffam held on to 2nd, Kerrigan Glazier 3rd, Jason Sears 4th, James Grover 5th. Then it was the 42, make that the 04, of Dylan Tripp rounding out this qualifier number 2 field. Gavin Giroux in the STC tire number 02. With official track photographer Jason Dickey. Folks, we talked about where you can find the videos of Wiscasset Speedway racing on the YouTube channel, Wiscasset Speedway, with official track videographer Brandon Simmons. But you can find the official photos of the raceway at jasondickeyphotography.com. That's Jason, Jasen, jasondickeyphotography.com.
Would Alex Parker please go down to the Kids Club table? Alex Parker to the Kids Club table, please. All right, little light on the Crown Vics today, so we're going to drop them down to an 8-lap heat race to go with a 15-lap feature tonight. Appreciate those that did show up today. These guys have, the Crown Vic contingent has been looking to possibly get in as a regular division here at Wiscasset. We've got Colby Westcott on the point in the number 4. If it's yellow and has a number 14 on it, you know it's got to be Boss Hog Dave St. Clair. And that is the fact, as he is driving the number 14 tonight. Then you got the youngest one of the group, Carson Hewins, in the number 3. That is Kyle Hewins' young son. And Wayne Ripley, there's a throwback as well. Wayne Ripley in the number 09 filling out the field.
And something amiss on the mainly concrete pumping number 09, Wayne Ripley. Immediately heads down pit road. Colby Westcott from Winslow in the number 4. Carson Hewins from Oxford in the number 3 will snatch second away from Boss Hog. Hey, we might only have 3 left on the track, but we got 3 good ones. They're putting on a good show, bumper to bumper. Colby Westcott, sliding her sideways, hitting the apron, kicking up the dust in the number 4. Hewins putting the chrome horn to him. This time he'll be halfway, and Hewins wants that lead position. Oh, Colby Westcott waving at him. Colby Westcott with the right hand waving out the back window. I don't know what that message is supposed to be delivering, telling Hewins go to my outside or what. But Hewins is going to take a look out there. Not a lot of grip for these things, evidently. Hewins couldn't make it work. Loses a car length on Colby Westcott trying to go to the top side. Boss Hog is right there in the mix, but not close enough to make a move. 2 laps remain. And these Crown Vics are brought to you by Carver's Driving Academy. Another bump out of turn 2 shakes up Westcott and Hewins. They both get a little squirrely out of 2 down the back stretch. White flag was shown. Man, oh man, like I said, only 3 left out there, but couldn't have any 3 better cars. Just running nose to tail the whole way. Boss Hog out of the final corner. Looks to the inside. Couldn't make it happen, folks, but a valiant effort by the 14. And that was just the qualifier. Certainly looking forward to that 15-lap feature. Car counts down, but action is up. Colby Westcott holds them off. Carson Hewins and Boss Hog, thank you guys for playing. And Wayne Ripley in the 09, we hope he can get that thing up to snuff for the feature time. We've got one more set of heat races before feature time. Here come the Wood Pellet Warehouse late models.
Yeah, top shelf of group number 2. This will be the first of 2 heat races. We'll set the field for their 40-lap feature race tonight. Again, these drivers lining up by their points of the last 4 point races. The Coastal 200 not included in their handicap. So lineup for this one has Nick Morton, last year's Rookie of the Year in the 00. To his outside to be David Getchell in the 88. Bigfoot Ben Nile in the number 72. To his outside to be Ashton Burgess in the number 34. Chris Burgess in the number, or check that, Ben Burgess, too many Burgesses to keep track of. Ben in the number 7B, Steve Barker in the 5, Pat Murphy is in the 86, and Ross Harlow in the number 17.
Yeah, a couple of Burgesses, like Ken said, in this one, but they're not related. Just like all them Dinsmores in the street stocks, not all of them are related either. Nick Morton is going to clear Getchell. And Nick Morton leads the first circuit. A couple more cars get by Ben Getchell. Make that Dave Getchell in the 88, that is. It's Ben Nile in the 72. Ben Burgess in the 7. Ashton Burgess rises to the challenge as well. There was almost a gap in front of Ashton Burgess for Getchell to drop down, but Ashton closed it up as quick as possible. Oh, Getchell with a crossover. Slides it out of turn 4, crosses under, but not quite there. He'll settle into the top 5. It's Morton, Nile, Burgess, and Getchell. Bigfoot Ben Nile putting the pressure on Nick Morton. I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think Nick Morton's ever won a heat race. Can he hold him off? Nick Morton trying to hold off Ben Nile. We're past halfway. This time it's going to be 4 to go for the 00. Nick Morton has not won a heat race in 2026, had one heat race win last season. And it doesn't get much closer than that. Ben Nile is right up tight, as close as he can get, but also while playing nicely. Morton keeping it glued. Morton doing a great job keeping it glued to the apron. Doesn't even want to come up on the straightaways. He is all about defense right now. 1 lap to go. And they're stacking up. Oh, Nick Morton moves up high. Ben Nile gets underneath. We do have a spin on the backstretch, but he's out of harm's way. Ben Nile takes the spot away from Morton on the final lap. Things getting dicey there on the final lap. Ben Burgess in the 7. Pulled up on the high side to try to make something happen, but it's Ben Nile who came out on top with a last lap pass. Exciting heat race for the first of 2 for the late models. Brought to you by Wood Pellet Warehouse.
This guy's got his first career late model win came a little earlier this season, or last year that is, and has been on the podium again this year. So he'll start at the pole position for tonight's 40-lap feature for the late models. 1 more to go, but the sweep crew needing to tend to the backstretch as we're ready to bring out heat number 2, which is the top half of the class, will fill the back half of their 40-lap feature. And we'll, at the conclusion of that heat race, we will roll right into the modified feature and then take intermission after that 30-lap feature for the modifieds. For those of you scoring at home, Heat number 2 goes with the former champion Will Collins at number 25 out of Waldoboro. Outside to be Brett Osmond in the 05. Then comes Brent Roy, the number 26 out of Attleboro. The number 21 is Shane Clark out of Winterport. Then comes the number 13 of Chase Burgess coming off his first career podium finish. Jonathan Emerson outside in the number 24. And your point leader and most recent winner, Frankie Moulton out of Pittston in the number 15.
And we're green. Will Collins in the 25 clears Brett Osmond. Osmond finds a hole in front of Brent Roy and gets in line. Down low. Shane Clark is the man on the move on the top side. Car number 21 is just about clear of Brent Roy, setting his sights on Brett Osmond. Jonathan Emerson in the 24 up on the top side with him. Shane Clark and Emerson are getting things done out there. Will Collins, the lucky dog to be able to start on the pole, is checking out. And Shane Clark drops in line right over the nose of Brent Roy. Brent Roy gives him a slight tap, but it doesn't faze the number 21. Now Emerson is on an island of his own on the top side. He's going to move out there on the top of Shane Clark now. Will Collins pulling away. Osmond still holding down second, but there are 2 cars side by side in the rear view mirror. Shane Clark and Jonathan Emerson. Emerson puts a nose to the right rear of Brett Osmond. Emerson is coming in the 24. Will Collins loves every bit of it. This might be a real easy breezy heat race for the 25. Emerson is gonna get a nose advantage into turn 3 on Osmond. And he's gonna do it. Shane Clark says, Jonathan Emerson can get it done. I'll go back to the top side and see if I can take care of Brett Osmond as well. Only 1 lap to go for Will Collins. Shane Clark not having quite the success that Emerson had. I think he's going to have to file back in. Checkered flag is going to fly. Will Collins picks up qualifier number 2. So the heat race wins for the Wood Pellet Warehouse late models go to Ben Nile and Will Collins. Nice run by Jonathan Emerson. He was the top mover of this qualifier.
This guy's a former Super Street champion and former late model champion and former driver of the year here at Wiscasset Speedway. In the number 25 out of Waldoboro, that is Will Collins, your heat winner. Looking to turn around a rough start to his season. As the pace car will get ready to pick up our next race, it'll be for the Creative Cleanout Modifieds. They'll run their 25-lap feature, and then we'll take intermission after that. Appreciate you guys being here with us on this holiday weekend. A big one for this great country, and celebrating here with race cars, which is always awesome. This is a 30-lap feature for the Creative Cleanouts by Josh Modifieds. Creative Cleanouts by Josh is an environmentally friendly junk removal business out of the Bath, Brunswick area. does cleanouts of old properties, estate cleanouts, and the cool thing is rather than just bring it all to a landfill, he donates a lot of the items to charities and repurposes them, puts some out for items to be that are still usable, to be claimed by other people, and does whatever he can to keep all that junk out of our landfills, and has a great business plan and a hard worker as well. So we appreciate creative cleanouts by Josh. Lineup for this one, Alec Brown in the 39 with Adam Chadbourne, the heat winner in the number 1. Then comes Jackson Moorside in the 88. Kyle Hewins, your most recent winner in the number 21. And Scott Tucker in the 79 for the Mod Squad. 30 laps ahead. Even up as they get down to turn number 3. Chadbourne with a good hustle on the outside. Adam Chadbourne in control. Brown into second. Kyle Hewins came into tonight as the point leader in a statistical tie, but had the tiebreaker with feature wins, but struggled in the heat race to get around the outside of Alec Brown. Now will tuck it in his tire tracks. Hard to believe Adam Chadbourne's gone a half a season without a feature win. Looking to put it all together today. And that heated battle continues between Alec Brown and Kyle Hewins. Things starting to get sorted out now. Hewins able to get by and into second and trying to chase down the leader. Adam able to retake the point lead after the heat race and go up 6 points over Kyle Hewins. Kyle's already a 2-time winner this season, as Adam, the second winningest driver in track history, trying to nail down his first of the year. Hewins a bit faster, able to chase down Chadbourne. Adam with 83 career wins here at Wiscasset, but Hewins is going to try to make that happen another day as he gets the preferred lane on the inside. And he'll take that lead away, and Chadbourne hooked the curb. Nearly lost it and lost a lot of momentum in the process. Hewins has stretched out that lead to almost a second and a half now over Adam Chadbourne. Able to take his time racing past the 79 of Scott Tucker. Tucker's struggled to find speed, although his last race was as fast as that car's been, but just not hitting the setup today. Having a good time, though, regardless. Full straightaway cushion now. It's up to a second and a half. Closest battle between those two rookies, Alec Brown and Jackson Moorside. They'll complete lap 19 this time by the stripe. Ten laps to go this time. Jackson Moorside still keeping Alec Brown within striking distance. Brown's been a two-time feature winner, but Moorside has been a bit more consistent this year as far as getting to victory lane. And Moorside's going to set up shop on the high side now. Can't get it to stick, so he'll head back down in the tire tracks of the 39. That lead is up over 4 seconds now as Kyle Hewins continues to be the fastest on the track. Hewins looking for his third win of the season. And that battle for third starting to heat up again. Moorside has tried a couple of times now to get a run on the outside of Alec Brown, but this time sticks a nose underneath and can't make it stick as we hit 2 laps to go. The 21 on rails tonight. And he'll come home with his third win of the season. By courtesy of the way the heat race played out, Adam Chadbourne will leave here as the point leader, but Kyle Hewins will leave here as a 3-time feature winner. Adam's been on the podium for all 5 of the races where Kyle had a 5th place finish on opening day, and that's pretty much been the difference. Got a couple talented rookies in this class, though, between Jackson Moorside and Alec Brown. All right, we're ready to, as we roll into the most unique victory lane you'll find here in the Northeast, to celebrate right here with you race fans. We're ready to send things trackside. Nick Huff has got your top three in Coastal Auto Parts victory lane.
Make some noise for Kyle Hewins as he climbs out. Win number 3 on the season. And Kyle, yeah, you had to be on point, follow in his tracks, and just wait for him to make one slip. Is that what happened?
Yeah, he got loose the longer we ran, and I didn't think he was going to give the bottom up that easy. He messed up over there, and we had to take it. This thing was just horrible in practice, horrible in the heat race. Eric Tatro never gave up. Man, this thing was a rocket. Best car I've had in a long time. I got to thank him and Port City Race Cars, Scott Delano, Wayne Delano, Carson, Scotty Damon, Andy, everybody that helps, Jay. Just right now I'm pumped. I really didn't think we were going to go that good after the heat race. Yeah, and Dustin. I got to thank Dustin.
All right, and we'll be watching out for you, boy. Your son's racing Crown Vics?
Yeah, if he don't chop Boss anymore.
Did he get talking to?
Yeah, well, Boss said he don't look in his mirrors, and the sad part is Boss owns the car he's driving.
All right, we're going to come back to the Hewins crew in just a second. Adam, though, I don't think we've ever had a season go so long and you haven't got a feature win yet. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. We had a lot of trouble in the first few races, getting run into beginning part of the race and just not being able to catch back up all the way. And then tonight the car was really loose. I need to put some new rubber on the right rear for sure.
All right. Well, hope to see that for next week. Who do you got to thank, Adam?
Thanks. I got to thank Ben Shot Realtor, Lynn Spring Service, Bearded Builder, Shop to Shore Carpentry, Dresden Takeout, Central Main Seal Coating, Shoreline Detail Pros, Norm's Used Cars, Midcoast Glass and Window, Koenig's Auto Clinic, Aftermarket F&I, Napa, Bath, Booth Bay, and Wiscasset. I got to thank my crew, and thanks everybody for coming out in the hot weather.
All right, Adam Chadbourne, ladies and gentlemen, takes runner-up honors, but this was the race to watch. Alec Brown had Jackson Moorside all over you. Tell us how you beat him.
I was just trying to hold my line, and he's a good kid. He won't rough me up, so we're good buddies. So appreciate him for not driving through me, and it was a good show for you guys. No, car count was low, but still a good show. Us young guns kind of coming in from behind, so it's good to see us racing together.
All right, Alec, who do you want to thank that helped you on the 39?
I got a whole list. I got to thank Austin for spotting. Dad, he puts in countless hours. Mom, Olivia, G-Ma, Reed, Nick Reno, Reno's Excavation, Front Street Bar and Grill, Cape Hill Cannabis, Midcoast Plumbing, Fortune Trucking, Swift Storage, and Fortune Tire, and West Street Auto.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise one more time for Alec Brown and your entire Mod Squad top 3. But we'll go back up here to the Delano / Hewins car. What do we have right here? Scott, is this something from you? Yes. Would you like to present it and talk about it? What do we got here, Scott Delano?
This is Jay Emery right here. And this guy cooks for us every week. He cooks. He cooks ribeyes, pizza, chicken, steaks. He brings, this guy cooks, I'm telling you. He deserves this trophy, and we just want to give this to you, Jay. He presents it to you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, the Delanos and the Hewins wanted to present that special trophy to Jay Emery and thank him for all that he did, or all that he does every week. So, great job, guys. Worked out perfect that we could present that in Victory Lane on another feature win night for them. And it is intermission time, folks. So,
for second place. That's fine. Can we do a second place with you and then top three?
All right, that's going to do it for this first feature in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. Ken Mine it. We'll send it back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Nick Huff. Yeah, we'll clear up Victory Lane. You do have one more piece of business to take care of and give you guys a chance to get up and stretch and visit our friends over at Wilford's Trackside Grill, visit the Inside Groove downstairs here, and we will have our next feature race out here momentarily after we give you guys a pause for the cause. Yeah, hey, how about Mikey's shorts? Way to show up for the holiday, Mikey. Good job. I appreciate you. Hey, we're having a good time. I appreciate all you guys joining us today for the holiday here at Wiscasset Speedway, and we appreciate great people like Mr. Brent Roy right here. Chance to talk to some of our drivers, especially on a nice day like this. But I wanted to kind of go back, Brent. How long have you been racing here now? It's been a while.
I think I started in either 99 or 2000.
Yeah, you've been at this quite a while, and people may not know this, but over the off-season, we did a run-back of the winningest drivers in Wiscasset Speedway history, the 20 winningest drivers in this track's history, and Brent Roy being a 37-time mini-stock feature winner, you are tied with Mark Lucas for 17th overall in career winnings here at Wiscasset Speedway, so you certainly tasted your share of success here.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking to see that, but it was pretty happy to see that that I did make that top cut. So our goal is to try to get one in the late model class.
And what got you into racing way back when?
My uncle was a Charger driver, and then I got old enough, so he built me a little mini stock, and then from there it was every single weekend and improving and moving up in classes.
Yeah, and one thing I want to give you credit for is it's not an easy jump to go from a mini stock all the way up to a late model. It's quite a jump, completely different style of car. And I imagine you found your share of frustrations being so successful in a mini stock and then such a competitive division as you're running here in the late models.
Yes, it was awesome to run in the mini stocks for years and years, but I did want to have the challenge of going to a new class and facing off with the best drivers around for Wiscasset, and so had my fair shares of frustration days, but this year it's been going much better.
Absolutely. I know you got a lot of good people behind you too, so I get a chance to talk about family, crew, and sponsors that support you.
Yeah, I want to thank my crew that comes out every weekend, Worrey, Nick, Skip, and my daughter Tyler. My sponsors, 201 Tire and Battery, RH Construction, Robbie's Recycling, Foxtail Classic, Coots Brothers came on this year, Wentworth Motors has been on for quite a few years supporting this habit of mine.
A fun habit, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, you know me. You've known me a long time, Brandon. You know that I usually have an ulterior motive when I bring drivers out here, but I've got a couple of guests over here with me. We have Mac Hannon Jr. and Ethan Dinsmore, who both work for Fisher Snowplows up in Rockland, and they are here to present an award with me. You are our inaugural winner of the Fisher Draft Program Keep Grinding Award here at Wiscasset Speedway. And basically this award highlights what we call guys kind of in the middle of the pack whose maybe their results on a race don't match the effort and attitude that's put in every single week. Brent Roy keeps grinding, and we want to make sure you're recognized for all your hard work. And we're partnering up with the folks from Fisher to honor drivers like you who have the attitude it takes to keep grinding. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, man. You get a gift card, a couple decals. There you go. Awesome. Got a shirt, hat. Yeah, sure.
This says, presented in recognition of your hard work, perseverance, and unwavering competitive spirit. Even when the results don't always reflect the effort, you continue to push the limits. As proud supporters of our local racers and raceway, we salute drivers like you who keep grinding. So congratulations once again, Brent Roy.
Thank you very much. thank you guys for all the fans that come out week to week, and thank you to Richard and Vanessa Jordan for what they do for us every week, and thank you for coming every week and supporting us.
All right, appreciate it. Folks, one more time, give it up for Brent Roy and our great partners with Fisher Snowplows out of Rockland for all their great work in supporting Wiscasset Speedway and our drivers. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming to Wiscasset Speedway on this 4th of July as we get ready to roll out our spotlight feature. Our Pepsi spotlight feature of the day will be the ProTruck Tour, the ProTruck Challenge with a salute to America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet God bless America, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our drivers are here for tonight's Pepsi Spotlight feature, the America 250 main event for the Pro Truck Challenge, brought to you today by 32 Signs. Before we give you the starting lineup, we ask at this moment, if you all please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flag in the middle of the infield as we offer our invocation, followed by the national anthem. And we have to offer our invocation. We have a special guest from the Racing with Jesus Ministries.
Lord God, we come to you this time, my Lord God. We thank you for the day that you put before us, Lord God, to enjoy this day, Lord God. And Lord, we ask that you be with this country, Lord. You've had your hand in it for 250 years, Lord. We ask that you provide your hand again, Lord God, to keep us going, Lord God. And we ask that you be with the drivers, keep them safe, Lord. We ask that you be with the track crew, protect them, Lord. Keep them safe as they go about their business, Lord. We ask that you be with the emergency, the EMS, keep them safe, Lord. And Lord, what about the fans? We ask that you be with them, Lord. We ask that you keep them safe while they're here, Lord. And we ask that you keep them safe on their way home. And we ask this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon Burr, singing out, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
All right, folks, get settled in. It's time to meet your drivers. And before we do that, we got to meet our junior official down at the start of the grid. Please welcome Alex Parker. And to give you the starting lineup for our drivers, please welcome to the microphone Harold Burdick.
And thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Northeast Pro Truck Challenge. We get set to do 55 laps the distance, and we're going to give these drivers a great send-off. So we'll start at the rear of the field. It'll be cart number 28. That driver is out of Paquette, Connecticut, the Effie's Place PMW Marine Tailor-Made Electric Entry. It's the 28 for John Pereira. Up next goes truck number 5. He hails from Waterford, Connecticut, driving the Family First Life Chevrolet. It's the 5 machine, Chris Taylor. Up next, the only lady in the field brings us truck number 52. She hails from East Hampton, Connecticut, driving the Jester Sign GRE6 sponsored Chevrolet. It is the 52 machine. A big round of applause, Mercedes Karen. Next, we'll come out of the same stables. Will be truck number 42. He hails also from East Hampton, Connecticut, driving the Cromwell Automotive Dodge Ram. This is the 42 for Chris Palomar. Up next goes truck number 1 from Southington, Connecticut, the Leone Financial Chevrolet. Truck number 1 for Dennis Charette. Up next goes truck number 05 out of Waterford, Connecticut, the Nealon Heating and Cooling Tail and Lawn Care Chevrolet. It's the 05 machine for Randy Churchill Jr. Up next, the gentleman who took down fast time just a little while ago in qualifying goes in truck number 81, the B&W Paving Chevrolet out of Waterford, Connecticut. Truck number 81, Tyler Chapman. Up next goes truck number, I gotta keep saying truck, folks. Truck number 77 out of Plainville, Connecticut. The TP Racing Chevrolet entry. The 77 is Adrian Paradise. Up next goes truck number 32. This gentleman has won all but one feature event this season. He hails from Middleborough, Massachusetts, and there is a $1,000 bounty on his head for anybody that can beat him tonight. It is the Rush Racing Deb Silver Insurance Chevrolet. It's the 32 machine for Randy Burr. Up next goes truck number 2, a veteran of the truck series. Out of Monroe, Connecticut, driving the Deuces Wild Chevrolet. It's truck 2 for Dwayne Knoll. Outside front row goes truck number 94 from Scotland, Connecticut. The Northeast Truck and Off-Road CNR Insulation Toyota. It's the 94 Jason Paquette. And rounding out the front of the field, he will lead him around, will be truck 47, the Family First Carnes Automotive Chevrolet out of Stonington, Connecticut. It is the 47 for Todd Taylor. So 12 trucks are on the grid. Unfortunately, we lost one earlier today. Bert Ouellette, who drives the 151 Chevrolet, was scheduled to start. He was the winner just a little while ago at Loudon, New Hampshire. He took down the biggest victory of the season. And unfortunately, Bert, who is second in points, blew the rear end in the Cindy Burdick Motorsports Gary Services Chevrolet. So Bert will not be starting the feature.
Hey, during the race, folks, our sponsors for tonight, Dale Cook Excavation, will be handing out some party favors for the kids. So make sure you get a chance to get those to you before the lights go down and the fireworks go up.
And of course, tonight's race for the Pro Truck, sponsored by 32 Signs and Tom Abley, as well as Checkered Tractors. They're in charge of our short track showdown, which we have 2 more races at this year for Star and Lee. And of course, we have some pole award, our pole award winner, the 81 of Tyler Chapman, the PMW Marine sponsored pole award. He won that earlier. The fastest lap today will be sponsored by Taylor Lawn Care. Northeast Truck and Off-Road will also sponsor one today. We have bonuses for $50 for second place by MLZ Fabrication. Our 4th place competitor will get $100 from Advanced Overhead Door. 5th place, $100 from 32 Signs. 9th place, $100 from Advanced Overhead Door. And today's purse, ready for this, folks? $8,800 will go to these drivers for today's 55-lap event. So the drivers now getting buckled in. And we get set to put on an extremely exciting event here tonight at the Wiscasset Speedway.
right, folks, our drivers are all ready. Let's send things down to victory lane one more time with Nick Hop.
All right, Alex here is pumped up, so give the command, Alex.
Truck drivers, start your engines!
As we get set, 55 laps the difference for the Northeast Pro Truck Challenge. We have waited 5 years to come back to the Wiscasset Speedway. Marshall Hurley, our leader and owner of the series, was able to finally get it pulled off, and we are so happy to be back here. This is such a beautiful racetrack. I know we look forward to this. We marked it on our calendar, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see an exciting 55 laps of competition. As we said, Randy Burr has been the class of the field with truck number 32. He has taken down 3 of the 4 victories. And as we said earlier in driver injection, there is a $1,000 bounty on his head today for anybody that can beat him. So will we have a new winner tonight, or will Randy continue his domination with that number 32 machine? Ironically, that 32 is one of the Claimer motors, as we call them. Several of us run the Claimer motors, which are 350 Chevys. Some of the motors have been around a long time, and Randy has done an extremely great job with this. Ironically, as we said earlier, the only other truck to win a race was the 151 of Bertolette. He claimed the motor from Randy Burr last year, so Randy's motors have won them all. All right, folks, this time by, let's give them a send-off. Wave your hats, wave your arms. Let them know you're happy they came back to Wiscasset Speedway. So we get set. Clinch green is given. Next time by, we are going to let this field loose.
Also, be careful. These things wander around, so don't try to sit down.
Okay. The field gets set off turn 4. The pace car gives them the clinch green. Green flag will fly. The field races down toward turn 1, off turn 2. Taylor on the inside, Paquette on the outside. They go side by side down the back straightaway. Paquette and Taylor both been very hungry, winless in 2026. And at the stripe, Taylor will lead lap number 1. Paquette hangs it on the outside. He gets a bit of a bite off turn number 2. Dwayne Knoll runs in that third spot. His teammate, the 77 of Adrian Paradise, right there on his rear bumper off at turn number 4. The battle continues as now Taylor looks like he has cleared himself for the lead. Paquette could have tucked back in. Decided he's not done with this outside groove. But off turn 4, Taylor will secure that lead. Paquette comes into second. Here comes the battle for third. Adrian Paradise, the white and blue 77, goes alongside his teammate, truck number 2 for Dwayne Knoll. Tyler Chapman right there as well with that white and red number 81 machine. Remember, Chapman was the fast time winner, and now he sets his sights on the 2 machine of Dwayne Knoll. But Paradise isn't giving up that spot that easily. Now he does. Paradise will tuck in for position number 5. The field now stays nice and single file down the back straightaway, content to let Taylor lead the event with the number 47 machine, the Family First Chevrolet. But the Northeast Truck and Off-Road 94 of Jason Paquette still in second. They pulled away just about a truck length over the 2 of Dwayne Knoll. Chapman 4th, Paradise 5th, and then it's our point leader, car number 32 for Randy Burr. Randy Churchill rounds out your top 7 with the 42 machine of Chris Palomar. But now the 47 opens up about a 2-truck length advantage. As Taylor is trying to run away just a bit, but these guys got to remember they need to do tire management. They've already had 35 laps on these tires a week and a half ago at the Thompson Speedway. And now tonight, they've got to be able to make 55 laps with this same rubber. But right now, the field content to sort itself out. Single file racing. As they come off turn 4, the top 2 now trying to open up a bit of a gap. Looks like Dwayne Knoll may be holding up Tyler Chapman in the white 81 just a little bit, as Chapman now pulls a truck length between him and the 77 of Adrian Paradise. Randy Burr, the orange 32 machine, sitting very quietly, pacing himself before he can make the move toward the front of this field. But he better not let the leaders get too far out front, as Taylor and Paquette are opening up the gap as they head into turn number 1. The battle goes on for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. As they head into turn number 3, they stay in that same order they've been in. 7th spot Churchill, 8th spot Palomar, and 9th would be that Leone number 1 machine for Dennis Charette. Rounding out your top 10, as we said, the only lady in the field for Mercedes Taryn, and she is about a straightaway behind the leaders. Now the battle starts for position number 3. Dwayne Knoll left it open just a bit. Chapman tried, but Knoll, the crafty veteran, was able to shut the door on the driver of the 81. That allowed the leaders to pull away a little bit more here as they go off turn number 2. Problems for the 42, Chris Palomar. Fire under the hood in the number 42 machine. This team has struggled all season long with motor issues. And it looks like once again the Gremlins have bit the 42. So that'll definitely bunch our field up. As the safety personnel now make their way over to Chris's number 42. It looks like the fire went out on its own, and that's a good thing. It gives the fans a chance to look at the back of that truck. You could see our new aerodynamic rear wings that some of us trucks are running. That was voted in this season, and I know some of us drivers really like them. But definitely a tough break for the 42. He has, like I said, struggled all season. Felt a little better about today. Thought maybe the Gremlins were gone, but they bit this team once again. And it looks like Chris now has decided he wants to bail. As there's a possibility it may still be on fire. So a standard caution. Caution laps do count here in the Northeast Pro Truck Challenge. So we'll see. It looks like now the safety personnel is looking the truck over. And we'll try to get that truck onto the infield. As we said, laps count under caution. So hopefully, as soon as we can get this truck back out of behind the wall there, we can get our field line back up and go back to some racing action here at Wiscasset Speedway. Looks like 18 laps in the record books out of 55 laps. I have to say I'm a little surprised with the 32 machine of Randy Burr. As we said earlier, there's $1,000 going to be given to anybody that can win a race that's not him. And so far, Randy is staying very, very quiet in 6th spot. So I guess now we're going to have to see if that 32 machine can come alive as we double the field back up. Lights are already off on the Wiscasset pace car, the Ford Mustang machine that leads the field around. So once again, it's the 47 Todd Taylor, the 94 Jason Paquette to lead the field around off turn number 4. Green flag flies. We are back underway. They once again drag race into turn 1 off turn 2. Paquette, who loves that outside groove, trying to make it work again as they head to turn number 3. He sends that truck in a ton, and it seems to be sticking off turn 4. And Paquette will take the lead with truck number 94. But here comes the 81, Tyler Chapman, a multi-time winner out of the Waterford Speed Bowl, is now moving his truck along the outside into that second spot. And now Chapman will set his sights on the leader heading off turn 2. Randy Burr now trying to make himself known with that orange 32 on the outside. He has watched Paquette and Chapman been able to do it. Now the 32 outside of Taylor. And the caution flies again as we got one around in the middle of the back straightaway. That looks to be truck number 28 that's gone around. And that'll be the 28 for John Pereira. John, a second-year competitor with us, loves to just go out and have a lot of fun with everyone. And this should be a quick caution as we line the field back up. Got to get the pace car in front of the field. He's currently 5th. And here comes the Ford Mustang. So if you remember on the last restart that was only 6 laps ago, Randy Burr, who I was talking about, that orange 32 truck, yeah, he was back in 6th. Now he's up to 3rd. Seems like the veteran has decided to make himself known with that truck. And now he'll be on the inside right behind our leader, the Northeast Truck and Off-Road 94 for Jason Paquette. So we're going to double them up. Well, we have 25 in the record books and 30 laps to go as we get set. Pace car will pull to the infield off turn number 4. And now we'll see if Paquette's going to have what it takes to outrun Chapman. Green flag will fly. Paquette on the bottom. Boy, Chapman is keeping him low off the turn, trying to get some of that power away. Not able to do it. Now Chapman's on the outside. He's dirt tracking just a bit. But Paquette holds that bottom with the 94. Meantime, Burr now wants to close in the gap. He sees that Tyler Chapman has taken that lead. And this time by, it'll be halfway to the field. So Chapman out front. Paquette goes second. Burr sitting in 3rd. Todd Taylor runs fourth. Dwayne Knoll 5th in the deuce, followed by the 77 of Adrian Paradise. Paradise got real loose off turn 4. Allowed the run machine for Dennis Charette to close the gap, as does Mercedes Karen in the 52 truck. But all eyes have got to be on this 3-truck battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Tyler Chapman has it, a multi-time winner and champion out of the Waterford Speed Bowl. But he's got Jason Paquette and our current point leader, the 32 of Randy Burr, breathing down his neck off turn number 2. They have separated themselves from 4th place Todd Taylor and allowing the 3 of them to do the battle amongst themselves as the caution waves again. Dwayne Knoll, the Deuce is Wild, has gone up in smoke with truck number 2.
So, Harold, as we're getting into the second half of the race, I know you mentioned they count yellows, but we don't count yellows in the final 5 laps, right? We want this to finish under green.
Yes, this will have to finish under green. The last 5 laps should have to be raced, which sometimes makes things interesting. Especially, we've been known to have a caution with just about 5 laps to go at some of our smaller tracks. But I thought we were in for the long run of green flag just then, and Dwayne let me down on that one. But the Deuces Wild will have to race another day as he's now getting pushed to the infield. Ironically, that's the second truck with motor issues tonight, so that seems a little interesting. But now, folks, we're going to line them up. 34 laps are in the record books. We'll go green. It will be 20 laps to go here at Wiscasset Speedway. Tyler Chapman on the inside, the white 81. Jason Paquette alongside the red number 94 as they get set. The green flag comes out again. They head toward turn 1. Doesn't take Chapman long to assume his lead with that 81, but now Randy Burr says, I think it's time. I've got to make myself known. And he will bring that 32 truck up alongside Paquette, coming off turn number 4. Oh, major trouble in turn number 1. 3 trucks come together. I see the 05 Randy Churchill went into the wall hard. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to figure out what other trucks are missing. Looks like the one of Dennis Charette. And the 5 machine looks like for Chris Taylor. Make that the 47. I'm sorry. That is the 47 truck, Todd Taylor. So we're going to put the red flag out. We're going to hold them up. And we'll give you some word as soon as we hear about our drivers. Taylor was able to pull away in the 47. Yep. And we've been told, ladies and gentlemen, that both drivers are all right. As you see, Dennis Charette has climbed out of the Leone Financial number 1 machine. Dennis, a long-time competitor, not only in trucks, but in race cars. And the truck that hit the wall the hardest is backing up. So I guess now it'll be, can Randy Churchill pull away with truck 05? I know he hit that wall a ton, so we'll have to wait and see. Yep. And it looks like the 05 will need the hook. And here comes the 47. He was the other truck in the wreck, that blue truck. Coming off turn 4 for Todd Taylor. Todd, one of our sponsors of our series as well. Well, the nose is pushed in a little bit. The bumper's pushed in a little bit. That won't slow him down any. As long as it's got 4 wheels and they're going somewhat forward, he'll keep driving it. And now, just as I said, we need a hook. Look at this, folks. The 2 other trucks in the wreck are trying to roll away. So those trucks are a lot tougher than I thought. Not sure if Leone is trying to resume or go into Leone's number 1 machine. Sorry, for Dennis Charette. He may be just, he's got smoke coming out of it, so I don't think he's going to continue much longer. As it looks like he may have some radiator issues with truck number 1, as he is definitely smoking a bit. His left front seen better days. Or that might be tire rub. It's hard to tell from this angle. If it is, it's on the left rear. And Churchill, the 05, well, he gets an A for effort, folks. He said there ain't no record on a hookup to my truck. That truck has some heavy damage. He hit that wall a ton. And now Randy will take the 05 back to the pit area and get ready for that long ride home to Waterford, Connecticut. So, folks, we double them again. How many think the 81 is going to win the race? How many think the orange 32 can keep his trend alive? Well, we are about to find out as we get set off turn 4. The Wiscasset pace car pates that hard left turn. Green flag will fly. And once again, Chapman will get the lead. Now Paquette's on the bottom. Burr is going to have to pedal on that outside with that number 32. Paradise up to the 4th spot. Mercedes Karen up to 5th with truck 52. Now Burr looks like he has got it almost cleared, but Paquette sends it back in. But Burr's truck handles so well on these short tracks. You never see that 32 truck wiggle. And now can he catch the 81 of Tyler Chapman as the laps are clicking away quickly. 15 laps to go this time by. So it's still Chapman, Burr, Paquette. And then look at the battle for 5th, the 77. Adrian Paradise trying to hold on. Mercedes Karen, she's trying to get her best finish of the season. But Todd Taylor, we talked about that poor wrecked truck. He didn't give up. And he's trying to make his way back to the front of the field. But off the turn, here we go, folks. The battle for the lead. Burr is on the bottom. Chapman alongside. They're side by side. All of this for the extra $1,000. And right now, Burr says, I am not giving up. Chapman sideways, trying to hold on. But Burr says, not right now. Chapman's going to give him a shot. That will not rattle Randy Burr, and now he will start pulling away. Meantime, going a little farther back, Todd Taylor has moved into the 4th spot. Paradise 5th, Karen 6th. And we have Pereira running right there with him with the 28. Back up front, Tyler Chapman trying to get his second wind with that number 81, but right now Burr is keeping a truck length advantage coming off turn number 4. Back in the field, the race of the year so far, Mercedes Karen, the lady in truck number 52, has for the first time all season moved herself into the top 5. The lady has come to life as she comes off turn 4, but back up front, a half a lap ahead of her, Randy Burr has opened it up to a 2-truck length advantage over Tyler Chapman. Paquette once again just sitting there kind of having to watch what is happening ahead of him as they're all pretty evenly spread out heading into turn number 3. Taylor still fits 4th, Karen 5th, Paradise struggling with that 77, still holding on to a top 6 position. Now with the laps clicking away, this time by 5 laps to go to the current point leader, truck 32 and Randy Burr. Burr out front still, 3 truck length advantage now as the laps wind down. It looks like Chapman may have to settle for second, and if things go the way they look right now, that $1,000 bounty will not go to anyone today. Your leader now looking at lap traffic. I don't think they're going to be a problem as they come off turn number 4. Battle now shaping up for fourth as well. Taylor has it. Karen trying to close in. This time by 2 laps to go. To the Rush Racing, Deb Silver Insurance. Number 32 for Randy Burr. The Middleborough, Massachusetts driver has just one more lap as he comes off turn number 4. Chapman trying to close in. Dirt tracks off turn number 2. Loses more ground. They come off turn 4. The checkered flag will wave. Burr will take the victory. Chapman will come home second. Paquette will go third. Here comes your battle for 4th and 5th. Taylor will take down 4th, and Mercedes Karen will get her first top 5 of the season with truck number 52.
Well, that $1,000 bounty's not going anywhere today, as Randy Burr continues to collect checkered flags. Top 3 will make their way over to the backstretch wall, and Randy Burr will bring them down Victory Lane Road to meet you here on the front stretch. And
all right. Oh,
go ahead.
I'm a lot louder than I was up there. This is what I really sound like? Ooh. All right, in just a moment, we'll get our winner out here into Victory Lane. Now he has won 4 of the first 5 races. At least he can't say he's won them all, because I own the truck that beat him in the other one. So we'll get him out of the truck, and we'll be able to give him a big round of applause. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the driver of truck number 32, Randy Burr. Hi, Randy. I bet you didn't expect to see me in Victory Lane, did you?
Well, I don't mind seeing you here, but too bad you couldn't be racing. I'd rather have you on the track.
Yeah, I would have rather won this race, but that's beside the point. So, Randy, you were very quiet the first half of the race. You actually had me a little worried, and I said that over the PA. You seemed content to ride 6. And then after the halfway point, this truck seemed to come alive, or you decided you needed to get going. Well, I guess I should ask, which one was it?
Traffic wasn't working out the way I hoped, so I had to get going. You know, we're just trying to pace it easy. The 77's a little loose in front of me, and I didn't want to get into them, because as you know, in this series, you go to the back. So I was just hoping for a caution to get caught back up. Thank you.
Now, of course, you've won 4 of 5. There was a $1,000 bounty on your head today, and nobody's going to get that money.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works. If I end up with it, I'm going to donate it to the benefit they're having for Jay.
Actually, I think that is what's happening.
Okay, then that's what I want to be done. It's up to whoever put the bounty up, whatever they want to do.
So that's good. So, Randy, I know you've got this memorized now. You've got to after 4 races. I'm sure you have a lot of names and a lot of people you want to thank, to all these lovely fans that sat there and listened to me for 55 laps. And first of all, folks, whether out of the trucks, what did you think of the Pro Trucks coming back? All right, I'm going to ask the odd question of the day. How many of you want us to come back next year with more trucks? Well, at least one more, mine. So, Randy, who do you want to thank that makes this all possible with this extremely fast 32?
I want to thank everybody at Wiscasset Speedway, and all the fans for spending their 4th of July here, first of all. It's a great crowd, you know, and the track's fast, and everybody here is so nice. We can't forget our series sponsors, PW Marine, MLZ Fabrication, Racing Times. Mike couldn't make it here today. Advanced Overhead Doors, Taylor Lawn Care, Cons Northeast, and 32 Designs. My main sponsor is Titan Vet. If you ever need vet work and you're in Providence, that's where you need to go. J-Corp, Deb Sylvia, and Atlantic Building Supply, Danny Moore Racing Engines. They're awesome.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. How about another nice round of applause for our winner, truck number 32, Randy Burr. Now we're going to work our way down to our second place truck person, and he walked away from me. Get back here, Tyler. So, Tyler, you're fast. We thought you were going to get the $1,000 bounty. You let it for the longest time, and then it looked like the handling was going away just a little bit at the end on the 81.
No, it wasn't really going away. It was pretty much consistent. More like knocking the toe out of the left front really killed it. Can't thank the tour for bringing us here. It's a cool place. Can't thank Toby enough. Can't thank Bo for all the stuff over the phone. Can't thank my girlfriend enough, Sonero, Logan. Everybody that helps out on this thing. Can't thank B&W Paving enough, I-Line, Advanced Resources, Jake's Repair, and B&C Landscape.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your second place competitor, the 81, Tyler Chapman. And now I will waddle my way to third. Well, it's my sponsor. Hi. Hello. You didn't win. No. I'm not happy with you. So Jason Paquette, driver to truck number 94. We do this all the time, folks. Jason, you were fast. You were fast out of the box, and then it kind of leveled off a little bit. What's going on with the 94?
We need a little more just mechanical center corner steer without gas or a brake. We changed the whole setup 3 races ago, and we're starting, not from scratch, but you've got to figure it out again. And it's definitely got the drive off, so that's a good. We're going to get back in the shop and work on it some more. Anytime you finish behind, Randy and Tyler, you're still doing good because those guys win a bunch. So I got to thank all my sponsors: East Coast Auto Service Center, Baker Improvements, David's Cafe, Advanced Overhead Door. We have Northeast Truck and Off Road. I got to thank P&M Marine. First and foremost, lastly, I got to thank the tour. There's a great group of officials that spend their weekends with us. As you know, it's 4th of July weekend, and they all sacrifice with their families so we could race. So it is greatly appreciated.
So there you have it, folks. The driver of the 94, Jason Paquette, your top 3 for the Northeast Pro Truck Challenge. Now we'll hand it back up to the tower, and we will drive the 4 hours home. Thank you all for having us.
All right, once again, a nice round of applause for the Pro Truck Challenge and having them here with Wiscasset Speedway taking on Maine's fastest track. Once again, that 50-50 ticket, 196131. They're calling that over on the pit side, too. If you have it, come up and see the girls up here in the tower. And hold on to those tickets. You got 30 minutes to claim your prize. All right, we got the winner on the pit side, so we'll get them over here. Lineup for this one is Ray Dinsmore and Dale Lawrence on the front row. Then comes the 23 of Zach Emerson to his outside, the 8X of Ethan Dinsmore. Dan Morton and Caden Neptune on row number 3. Brady Romano and Chris Burgess on row number 4. Landon Tapley and Tyler Dinsmore on row 5. Tyler Jordan and Dan Trask on row 6. Matty Mingo and your point leader Scott Ecker on row 7. Then Mike Delano and Chaz Briggs on row 8. Chuck Wagstaff and your most recent winner, Mac Hannon Jr. in this 08. Tyler Dinsmore and Eddie Luma on the back row. Pace car is in. Let's go street stock racing. Off and a run in. Then Tyler Dinsmore. Or Ray Dinsmore, that is. Ray Dinsmore, the third, and the number 81, leading him first time around. The champ on the inside, that's Zach Emerson in the 23. He'll take over the second spot. Dale Lawrence trying to settle in into third, but Dan Morton coming up the inside rail in the 00. They'll lean on each other out of turn 4. Morton with a run to the inside. He'll take over third. Dale Lawrence caught up high. Lawrence drops back a spot. It's Dinsmore, Emerson, and Morton 1, 2, 3. Looking at 3 wide back in the pack. Dale Lawrence really struggling out there on the high side. Ethan Dinsmore caught in behind him in the 8X. Lawrence has been really struggling this season in that number 2, and it's showing again as he's dropped a handful of positions in the early going. One guy on the move from deep in the field already is Cowboy Dan Trask. He started this race in 12th, and Trask is knocking on the door of the top 10. Zach Emerson has chased down the leader. He's right there in his tire tracks, running in second. A bit of a 2-car breakaway, then the 00M of Dan Morton. Morton's got Tyler Jordan now in the number 23, pressuring low side. Morton gets shoved up to the top side as Tyler Jordan gets a run down low. He'll move into third. In the meantime, up front, Zach Emerson peeking up to the high side to get a run on your race leader. Dale Lawrence's troubles continue. He started this race outside front row and he's fallen back to 15th. 45 of Caden Neptune drops anchor. He'll drop off the pace and looks like he'll be heading toward pit road. Neptune in the 45 will drop out early. Now Tyler Jordan turning up the pressure on the champ. Jordan in his first full season here at Wiscasset Speedway. He's found some speed early in the season but has struggled the last couple of races. Everyone chasing Ray Dinsmore III, halfway this time by the stripe. Ray got his first career win here at Wiscasset last season on the Boss Hog 150 day, and he's going to have to earn it now as Tyler Jordan a bit faster and chewing on the steering wheel right now, trying to find a way by that number 81. Chris Burgess now joining the fight. Make it 4 cars for the top 3 spots as we'll come around to complete lap 15 this time. 10 laps to go on the number 81. Some 3 wide action back in the pack as your top 3 from the most recent race have realized the laps are winding down. They got to make some hay now. Dan Trask in the 3. He's trying to crack the top 5. Trask sets up on the high side of Dan Morton. As things start closing up now on your race leader, as you got 3 more cars closing in. Dan Morton, Dan Trask, and Ethan Dinsmore. Tyler Jordan has not tested the outside yet. Content to run right there in the tire tracks of Ray Dinsmore as Brady Romano and Eddie Luma head down pit road. Jordan showing a lot of patience as Dinsmore is fighting the handle on that number 81. 5 laps to go this time by. 5 to go. Things will start to turn up here in the closing laps of this one. Tyler Jordan regrouping. The champ, not uncommon to see him up on the top side. Dinsmore, Emerson, and Jordan. Zach Emerson. That 23 car starting to come to life on the top side. He'll even up with Ray Dinsmore. Give the lead to Emerson at the line that time by 6/100ths of a second. Dinsmore drifts up enough. Tyler Jordan comes in, and here comes Trask up on the high side. All of a sudden, Dan Trask coming out of nowhere, able to jump into the top 3. And we got Matty Mingo going sideways. He might have a tire down. White flag ready to fly. Stuff happening all over the track. Mingo keeps it off the wall so he can race to the checkers. Zach Emerson, Dan Trask, and Tyler Jordan. Zach Emerson, the champ, makes it happen on the outside and picks up his first win of the season. He definitely earned it. Dan Trask ends up taking second by 3/1000ths of a second over Tyler Jordan. Jordan will settle for third. Ray Dinsmore led the most laps. He ends up finishing 4th. And Ethan Dinsmore in the number 8. Great race for the number 8. First top 5 for him in quite some time. Matter of fact, we'll dig into the old stat sheet and find out last time that Ethan has been up in the top 5. And happens to have been 10 years ago that Ethan Dinsmore got his last top 5 finish in the street stocks. As Tech guys told them in the driver meeting, top 5 reporting to the backstretch wall for the dreaded tire softener check, the durometer check.
Brand new car built over the off season for this 23. And this is the first win that this new car has earned. Always takes some time to work the kinks out of him, but here he is. Zach Emerson climbs out. Ladies and gentlemen, he won a championship multiple times with a Monte Carlo. Now he decided it's time to step up to a Camaro. Finally gets the monkey off his back. Zach Emerson, what a heater. And everybody looked like they were scared to go to the top and risk losing their spot to somebody snatching it underneath. And you finally said it was time to go and made it happen up there.
Yeah, them guys come back to me a little bit. The car got a little better, and they come across the radio and said they're all scared to jump outside. And then I see the 3 car coming. I said, here's my time, my only chance, because if not, we're not going to finish top 3. So we stuck it out there, and thanks to the guys for running me clean. I mean, that was a good, hard race, and can't thank the team enough. We've a brand new car. We've had a lot of kinks in it. Last week or so, we've been talking to Jeff Burgess. He's been helping us out, and I can't thank him enough. We helped me with the front springs in this, and my son Jonathan, the whole crew that's here today. I mean, I just can't thank enough. I'd like to thank Tick Patrol, Yankee Yard Works, ABG Heating, Emerson's Garage, just RPM Racing Engines, everybody that helps. I can't thank them enough. More importantly, America, their birthday. What better way to win?
Nice job, Zach Emerson, winning on USA's 250th birthday. How about Cowboy Dan Trask? Does he have any fans out there? Oh, Dan, it certainly makes them tough when they go caution-free like that to climb your way through.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, just glad to be up here again. You know, same thing, just so happy to have gotten a good finish out of it.
Anybody you want to thank that helps you on the 3-car?
Oh, Goggins IGA, Rufus Jackson, that's what he goes by. Fort and Forest Products. Oh, man, I'm awful at this. Yeah, Mike McGee, I just say his name, whatever. Anybody that comes down, I said him. Anybody that comes over and helps us and comes down and cheers us on, and I don't know.
All right, Dan Trask, he's starting to make it a regular occasion to be in the top 3. Then this guy, Tyler Jordan. Tyler, I think this is your first top 3 here, isn't it? Or at least for this season?
Yes. I just got to make sure I go to Tech.
Yep. Is there anything that you think you could have done different in that race? You gave the 81 a couple of bumps with the front bumper. You were trying everything you could to get to the inside, but as we said up there with the 23, everybody was scared to go to the top, and you probably were too.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to go to the top. We were all nose to tail. If I went out there and it didn't work, I'm just going straight backwards. So just trying to get him to screw up, and just a little too late.
You don't think the 81 made any mistakes?
He was getting loose a couple times getting into the curb, but, I mean, that happens.
All right, first top 3 in 2026, making Wiscasset Speedway your home track this season, so we're glad to have you here. Who do you want to thank on the 29?
I got to start off thanking my parents, Donnie, Anthony, Scott, my wife, Bennett, just everyone that's got a piece in this, Fogg's Construction, Conley's Plumbing and Heating, Lakeside Graphics, Tom's Lobster Pound, just everyone that makes this come together.
All right, that's Tyler Jordan, folks. Let him hear it. First trip to Victory Lane. He'd love for you guys to show him some love. Tyler Jordan, Dan Trask, and Zach Emerson in the heater of a strictly street finish in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. Coastal Auto Parts has 30 Napa locations across the state of Maine, and you can find the nearest one in your area at www.capnapa.com. Hey folks, I've got another raffle winner. Yellow ticket 314175. Yellow ticket 314175. Come and see me.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Let's go see the elephant. When on the road, honey.
Dale's Cash Fuel Roadrunners set to go. "25 laps, the regular distance for the Roadrunners." Again, want to thank Dale Cook and Dale Cook Excavation for sponsoring tonight's race program. Second year in a row they've been with us to remember Dale Cook. Daryl Cook, a former champion here at Wiscasset. Back in 2003 in the Stock 8, kind of a base level, strictly street division we had back in 2003. Set to go racing with Keegan Murray and Jason Meservey on the front row. Then comes Jason Main and Hayden Carver on row 2. Jason Sears is in the 11. Gavin Giroux in the 02. In the 23 is your most recent winner. That's Allison Graffam. Picked up her first career win. She's out of Liberty. Then comes Dylan Tripp in the number 04. Number 99 is Kerrigan Glazier. 6 of James Grover. Then Eric Powell in the number 5. Carl Conan in the 7. "25 laps ahead for the Dales Cash Fuel Roadrunners." Lights off on the pace car, ready to take that turn to the infield. Nate Sennett checks him over there on the stand, and green flag is out. Keeping an eye on a couple of those heavy hitters from the middle of the field. That 0-2. Gavin Giroux, two-time winner and point leader coming into the weekend. Murray assumes the lead early in this one. Then comes Jason Meservey, Hayden Carver third, and as expected, Gavin Giroux setting up shop on the outside as he storms toward the front. Giroux able to drive around the 57 and move into the second spot. Then comes Jason Meservey as he settles into third. Hayden Carver racing side by side with Jason Sears for the fourth position. Sears continues to blast toward the front. Got the sisters racing side by side back behind Hayden Carver. Gavin Giroux, another driver looking for his third win of the season. Murray shuts the door on him into turn number 3. Gavin Giroux looking on the high side, trying to cross up that 07. Gets the fender underneath, and they make contact onto the front stretch. That's only going to bring a bunch of other cars back into the picture. Giroux looks low. Tried it on the outside for a little bit, but didn't really commit to it long enough. Murray's going to lean on him on the front stretch. A lot of defensive driving out of that number 07. Murray door slams him coming across the nose that time. Flagman Nate Sennett showing Murray the black flag, and there goes your point leader down pit road as Gavin Giroux is out of the race. Jason Sears will be the next one to take a shot on that 07. Jason Meservey solid in third, Hayden Carver fourth, and there goes Sears again. This time he got a good run to the inside, and he'll come out of it with the lead. Jason Sears in command, Murray back to second. With Giroux out of the race, it's going to open things up for others to possibly pick up their first win, including Jason Sears. I believe he's got one win under his belt from last year. Going to work on confirming that. Yeah, Jason Sears did have one win last season late in the year. Hayden Carver has raced his way up into the third spot. Kerrigan Glazier is in fourth. James Grover is up to fifth now at the halfway marker. Sears coming up on that lap car. Eric Powell in the number 5. Hey, the lap car and Keegan Murray tangle coming out of turn 2. Jason Meservey tries to get out around him, and the caution flies as the 07 has come to a stop over there in turn 2. Eric Powell, we'll see if he decides to stay on the track or not, but Keegan Murray's had an issue with pretty much every car out there tonight.
Hey, Ken, we did want to congratulate our 50-50 winner. From the pit side, Wayne Edmond took home the cash tonight. So thank you all for playing in the 50-50 raffle tonight. These are your Roadrunners brought to you by Dale's Cash Fuel. You can find them on the web at dalesoil.com for Dale's Cash Fuel.
All right, we've got some Kids Club winners. If you hear your name, go down to the Kids Club to collect your prize. I want to thank the folks helping out to cover as Penny Charette is out of the office today. We want to have Levi Murray, Toby Babine, Bella Schmidt, Vera Murray, Cole Newton, Champ Williams, Brantley Schmidt, and Jackson Martin. Go see the Kids Club table to collect your prize. Again, Levi Murray, Toby Babine, Bella Schmidt, Vera Murray, Cole Newton, Champ Williams, Brantley Schmidt, and Jackson Martin. Warning lights are off on the track and as well on the pace car now, so that means we're going green this time. With 15 laps complete out of 25. Jason Sears, and now Hayden Carver moves up to second. Here we go. Green flag is out. James Grover and Kerrigan Glazier coming into the picture. A little contact back behind them between Allison Graffam and Jason Meservey. Jason Sears back in charge, but a new group of cars chasing him. Kerrigan Glazier still in search of her first win of the season. She had a long way to go. Had an unfortunate disqualification in her last race because she forgot to go to post-race tech inspection. James Grover has worked his way into the third position now. as Hayden Carver has slipped back to fourth. Allison Graffam now holding the fifth spot, but she may have a run at fourth as Hayden Carver washed up to the top of turn 4. Jason Sears' one career win came mid-August of last season. He's one of those drivers that ran enduro races for a handful of years and finally got himself a nice car to jump up here into the Roadrunner class. Front three look pretty solid, but the closest race still there for fourth. Allison Graffam and Hayden Carver. This time by 2 laps to go on the number 11. Gavin Giroux came into the weekend as the point leader, but he may not get out of here with the point lead. Final time down through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag ready to fly. Jason Sears will take the win. Yeah, just doing a little bit of quick math, and if my stellar Brunswick High School education doesn't fail me, looks like Jason Sears may come out of today with the point lead along with this feature win. Gavin Giroux won the heat race and picked up 6 more points, so they went into the feature 18 points apart, but Sears gets the win. Giroux finishes this race in 12th, which is a 24-point swing, so Jason Sears should leave here with the point lead. Yeah, 2 weeks from today, we'll get something cool. We'll tell you about that in a moment. We got a winner down in Victory Lane.
Yeah, that's right. Win number 2 for Jason Sears. And Jason, Ken just said you walk out of tonight with the points lead for the Roadrunner class.
Wow.
Yeah,
no,
Gavin
no
Giroux.
pressure or anything.
Gavin Giroux really had a bad night, and you had a bird's eye view of it with him and the 07 car. Yeah, and then you passed the 07 on the bottom. Did he make it difficult for you, or was it a little bit easier?
No, he gave me a little bit more room than he gave Gavin. I think that he knew he wasn't going to push his luck twice because it was liable to end up bad for him. I mean, we race respectful, but when you race stupid, sometimes you get the bumper. Now, you know that.
Yeah, hey, awesome win for you, Jason. Who do you want to thank that helps you on this Celica?
I got to thank my wife, Christy, my nephew, Caden, his buddy, Noah, my sister, Aunt Sandy, Family Affair, Old Stuff Construction Plus, Audette's Automotive, Bob Did It Entertainment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jason Sears. Kerrigan, Glazier. Kerrigan, is this your best finish of the season, or have you gotten a second yet so far?
I think I've gotten a second, but still really won that first. But if we can get here, I'm happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just a crazy change-up after the three-peat to end last season and struggling to get up there this year.
Yeah, that was a great year.
You You look like you got some people you want to thank there.
Yep. I'd like to thank Corey Singer of Realty of Maine, Barter Builders, Surveying, Delno Motorsports, Harriman Racing, Bill and Bonnie, my parents, and all of you guys for coming out tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kerrigan. All right, how about James Grover? James, I'm not 100% sure. I don't believe we've met before. Have you landed in the top 3?
Not recently, no. Been a while.
Yeah, so how's it feel?
It feels good. You know, I bought the car to put a 4-door in Victory Lane instead of the 2-door performance cars.
Yeah, that's right. What is this, a Fusion?
Ford Focus. So.
A 4-door. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty awesome. A 4-door keeping up with these guys. Who do you got to thank, James?
I got to thank my wife, my family, Wes Witham back there, helping me with the car. It's me. It's a one-man show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for James Grover. He's a one-man show. He could use a sponsor, at least somebody to let him get something other than duct tape numbers on there. How about that, James, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these guys one more time in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane. We got 2 more divisions left for you guys, and then there's fireworks capping off the night, so don't go anywhere. Back up to you, Ken Minot.
All right, thank you very much, Nick Huff. Congrats to our top 3 in Victory Lane. I was starting to tell you about 2 weeks from tonight, and I wanted to make sure you were able to hear this because the Winged Warriors are coming back into town. The 350 Smack Super Modifieds will be here at Wiscasset Speedway in 2 weeks, presented by WGME 13 and Fox 23. Here come the Crown Vics. Oh, yeah, Hog wants to do a 3-wide start. Why not? Carver's Driving Academy Crown Vics. Yeah, low on car count, but boy, those guys put on a show in the heat race, and no doubt they'll be back at it again today. We've got Colby Westcott in the number 4. To his outside, Carson Hewins in the number 3. And Boss Hog Dave St. Clair. Believe, 78 years young now in that number 14. Yeah, if it's yellow and a number 14 here at Wiscasset, you know it's probably him. He'll race anything he can get his hands on. This will be a 15-lap feature race for the Crown Vics this afternoon. We'll cap off the show tonight with the Wood Pellet Warehouse Late Model Sportsman. And we invite you to stick around and join us as we light up the sky to celebrate America's 250th. Lights are off on the pace car, set to go racing. Here we go. Well, we know all 3 of them are getting a trophy. We just got to figure out who's getting which one. Westcott and Hewins. That number 14 car won the last time the Crown Vics raced here, but Brian Robbins was driving it that night for Dave St. Clair. Dave, a little nudge to the side of the number 3, said, "I'm coming through." Carson brings it right out to the wall, but get a good angle down into turn 3. Dave St. Clair, a Wiscasset Speedway Hall of Famer, was a member of our inaugural Hall of Fame class here in 2019, and also a member of the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame. Colby Westcott comes from a long line of racers up in the central Maine area. And of course, the name Hewins is synonymous with tracks over the Northeast here as well, including Oxford and Wiscasset. Hogg got the little bit of the curb that time, and Hewins is going to help him through turn 2. A little bit of breathing room now for that number 4. Hewins got a little peek to the low side. Can't quite build up enough momentum to take a run to the inside of that number 14. They'll head halfway this time by. Hewins is going to try the outside now, but chases it up to the top of the track. In the meantime, St. Clair to look to the low side, but Westcott shut the door on him. Got a fender underneath as they get into turn number 1. Good save by Westcott. They'll complete lap 10. 5 to go this time by. They are locked up tight. Like I said, all 3 of them going to go home with a trophy. It's just a matter of who's going to get which one. These Crown Vics running a handful of flex races this season to kind of test the waters on the chance of being a regular division here at Wiscasset. These guys would look really good with about 20 of them out there on the track. And here comes the yellow 14. And here comes Hewins on the low side. Boss Hogg coming through with 2 laps to go. Carson Hewins keeping pace. And the white flag will fly this time by on the number 14. Hewins gets a run on the low side. They'll lean on each other over in turn 2. Westcott coming back on the outside. And the checkers fly. Carson Hewins will take the win. Colby Westcott second. Dave St. Clair will take third. I was just drawing a breath to say St. Clair's last win here at Wiscasset came 10 years ago. And that will have to wait. And you knew that was coming, right? Yeah, that was a fun one for sure. Let's head down to trackside one more time with Nick Huff.
I got to say it, folks. Are you not entertained? Both the Hewins win it tonight. Yeah, Kyle Hewins and Carson Hewins. That's got to be an awesome one. Carson Hewins. Awesome run. I don't know what everybody's booing about. He was in there, right, Carson?
Yeah, he was tight and slid up the track just enough, and I filled it. And obviously, last lap, everyone's going to go for the win. And I stuck it in there, and he tried to hold his spot, and sucks, it's his car, but whatever.
All right, Carson, what's it mean that you and your dad won tonight, and who do you got to thank?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kind of sucks there's only 3 cars, but glad we got it done. And I got to thank a lot of people. Got to thank Kurt, my dad, Grandpa, Dustin, Sally for helping me out today, Red, Carter, Cohen, Talon, Delano Motorsports, just everybody who can help out. Thank you.
All right, that's Carson Hewins, ladies and gentlemen. Like I've been saying all week, trucks, Vicks, and fireworks. America, right? Colby Westcott, what did you think of that one?
I gave the bottom up there for the 14 a little bit too soon, but still a good run. 3rd time at the track and the 3rd podium, so I guess we'll take that. Kind of sucked there was only 3 cars here tonight, but I just got to thank all my sponsors, my dad, my mom, my girlfriend, Craig and Pete and Dean and everyone for coming. Reardon Brother Construction, Central Maine Motors, Sweats Concrete, Carly's Cuts, Tony's Donuts, Ryan's Auto and Tire Repair, and Fuller Logging. Thanks.
That's Colby Westcott, ladies and gentlemen, with runner-up honors this evening. Yeah, buddy. One more time for your Carver's Driving Academy, Crown Vics, and all the bald eagles that they just delivered for us tonight. Heck yeah, America. Back up to Ken.
All righty, Nick Huff, thank you very much. And we got one more to go. We're going to go up to the top shelf of group number 2 and give you 40 laps from the Wood Pellet Warehouse Late Model Sportsman.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Late Model Sportsman set to go the regular 40-lap distance tonight. Lineup for this one has Bigfoot Ben Nile on the point in the number 72 to his outside Nick Morton in the 00. Then comes the 7 of Ben Burgess, Ashton Burgess in the number 34, Dave Getchell. Dave Getchell in the 88, Will Collins in the 25. Brett Osmond and Shane Clark on row 4. Brent Roy and Chase Burgess on row 5. Let's go racing. Got some smoke out of the 13 of Chase Burgess, but no difficulty getting up to speed. Ben Nile leads them around first time. Ben Burgess moves up into the second spot, shuffles the 0-0 of Nick Morton back into third. Then comes Getchell in a side-by-side battle for fifth. Getchell holding down fourth, but Ashton Burgess hustling up along the outside. Get the 34 on his hip coming out of turn number 2. That's your front 5. Then Brett Osmond waiting in 6th with Brent Roy 7th. Will Collins trying to make hay on the outside as well, but actually struggling a little bit there on the top side. Ben Nile picked up his first career win last year. And with a big lead so far in this one. So far, his best finish this season has been a second. Front 3 out to a good advantage, and then you got a lot of racing in behind them. Everybody packed up around that number 88 of David Getchell. Ashton Burgess on the high side. Brett Osmond waits behind in the 0-5. Jonathan Emerson coming into the picture as well. Emerson now with some clean racing room on the outside of the 34 of Ashton Burgess. Around goes the 86 of Pat Murphy, and he's caught up on the curbing with the leaders coming down to turn 3. So that'll bring out the first caution of the race with 9 laps complete. Chance to exhale for a moment with 9 laps complete. Lead trio had pulled away to a sizable 3-second advantage over the rest of the pack, and there was a lot of racing around the 88 of David Getchell. They finally came clear with the 24 of Jonathan Emerson coming up into 4th. Jonathan's dad, Zach Emerson, has already been a winner tonight. Shane Clark trying to pick his way up through traffic. Always got to keep an eye on that 15 as well of Frank Moulton. Moulton, a 2-time winner and division point leader coming into the weekend. This division has turned out 3 winners in the first 4 races, with Moulton with a pair of feature wins in the 15. Shane Clark was the opening day winner, or actually no, Moulton was the opening day winner. Shane Clark winning at the beginning of June. And then, of course, the Coastal 200 going to Josh St. Clair. Lights off on the pace car, set to get back at it now with 9 complete. So far, no challengers for Ben Nile in the 72. Ben's best finish this year, a runner-up finish. He got 1 career win to his credit. Ben Burgess, the rookie outside in the number 7, ready to get back on the loud pedal, coming out of turn 4. Nile able to shake off the challenge from the 7. Nick Morton trying to sneak into the inside to grab that spot. Jonathan Emerson waits in 4th. Ashton Burgess 5th. And as expected, Clark and Moulton starting to sneak into the picture too. Nick Morton has struggled a lot in that 0-0 in the early going this season, but things looking good so far for the second-year driver. Frank Moulton on the move in the 15, just outside the top 5 and looking in. Ben Burgess holds a slight advantage on the outside of Nick Morton. That's for the runner-up spot. Jonathan Emerson, really nothing he can do right now but ride behind that pair and hope they get it sorted out soon while Ben Nile starts to pull away, half straightaway. Now Emerson can try to set up a pass. Clark and Moulton resume their battle they've had going on much of this race. Again, still back there just outside the top 5. Jonathan Emerson has some good momentum on the high side, able to drive around the 0-0 and move into the third position. Got a couple car lengths to chase down the 7 of Ben Burgess. Shane Clark now in the top 5, able to get by Burgess. As Ben Nile continues to dominate here in this race. Halfway this time by, 20 laps down, 20 laps to go. Will Collins continues to struggle. The 25 heads it down pit road. If he does not like his race car, he will not stick around. And that's the case once again tonight as the veteran continues to struggle. Ben Nile maintaining that half straightaway cushion over Ben Burgess. Ben has been on the podium, but it was a third place run, so he's looking to nail down his best finish in a late model. It's been a case of feast or famine for the Sasquatch this season. He's been really good or really bad. So far, really good. $25 down when they come to the stripe this time. Still a lot of race ahead. Field strung out all the way around this 3/8 mile racetrack now. And things settling down amongst the top 5. Oh, Jonathan Emerson goes up in smoke. As I said, still a lot of race to go, and you saw the white smoke coming out of the 24 as he came onto the front stretch, and a big hit to the title hopes of Jonathan Emerson. came into the weekend second in points. Was 18 points behind Frank Moulton. And already halfway through the season, and as I said, the Emerson crew taking a big hit in their title hopes. He was the runner-up in his class last year. And second in the points coming into today's action. So we'll roll the Norm's Used Cars push truck as the second caution of the race comes out with 26 complete.
Race fans, Pepsi is the official soft drink of Wiscasset Speedway. When the engines fire and the grandstands shake, cool off with the crisp, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Pepsi. Pepsi, fueling the fun at Maine's biggest and fastest. Ben Nile has been untouchable so far. Night and day difference from what we've seen in previous weeks. They have certainly struck on something for week 5 here.
Yeah, like I said, Nick, it's kind of been feast or famine for the guy they call the Sasquatch. He has either been really good or when he's off, he is really off. So he's still got a ways to go, 14 laps to get this one done. And again, some of those heavy hitters have kind of snuck their way into the picture as Moulton and Clark are lined up there on row number 3. Actually, Clark on the outside of row 2. And young Chase Burgess in the picture too in that number 13. Ben Burgess not letting Ben Nile get away from him this time. Shane Clark in the 21, tiptoeing up along the outside. Ben Nile, little slip onto the backstretch. And Ben Burgess taking a look to the inside. Things starting to tighten up around the race lead. And Ben Burgess gets into the lead. Ben Nile gets sideways onto the front stretch. What a turn of events here in the last 3 laps. Shane Clark able to move into second. Nick Morton trying to protect third. Not sure if they got a bleeder going down or something, but the handle has gone away on that number 72, and he has fallen back out of the top 5 into 7th. Ben Burgess in charge of this one. Ben's got a handful of 4-cylinder pro wins. He's got a handful of Strictly wins, and he's looking for his first late model win. Looking to see if Frank Moulton's got anything left in that number 15 to sneak in to grab third away from Nick Morton. Morton, last year's Rookie of the Year in the 00. Ben Burgess already stacking up wins in his young career. He's got 17 career wins. This is be career win number 18 if he can seal the deal. Trouble up in top of turn number 3 and 4. The 5 of Steve Barker, the 17 of Ross Harlow are up there. I think Getchell might have been involved in that one as well, but we're going with the automatic red. Had a chance to talk to Steve Barker in that 5 car during practice today, and still with a big smile on his face as he got married last weekend. Initial word, both drivers saying they're okay. Barker climbing up out of the, no, I guess not. He's still in the 5, but the Pro Body Works cleanup coming at.
Yeah, Ross Harlow was in 12th. Steve Barker was in 13th. Somehow they came together. Not 100% sure how that one transpired, but they made contact. Ross Harlow's car completely does a 180, and it kind of funneled the 5 up into the wall. So I don't think there's a lot of damage on the 17 of Ross Harlow, but it funneled the 5 up into the concrete pretty hard, and I'd imagine that the right side of the 5 is going to sustain quite a bit of damage from that. Again, that was for 12th and 13th spot, only 2 positions from the rear, so not a whole lot of eyes on it as the laps winded down with only 4 to go. We were certainly watching the front pair. Yeah, after that most recent restart, my jaw was pretty much on the floor with what transpired with Ben Nile. I thought for sure that he was still going to be able to hold them off with the speed that he was showing on the restarts prior to that. But holy cow, that 72 has really dropped anchor.
His dad is sitting. He's got both earmuffs on, so. Tony. What's going on? That made you go all the way back to 7.
So can you say that Ben Burgess has 16 Pro 4 wins? Were all of them from the Pro 4 class?
Actually, 14 Pro 4 wins and a pair of championships. And then last year's 1 year in Strictly Streets had 3 feature wins. So he's stacking them up in his young career. He's only been at this for 6 years now.
Yeah, that's right. The Strictly Street career. It was 1 year, one and done, and I totally forgot about that one. His dad, Chris Burgess, piloted that same car for many years in this late model class. He didn't get an official win. He got a non-winners race win once, but a pile of top 3s. But Ben Burgess is looking to put that car in the winner's circle for the first time for his family.
Yeah, but when you get these restarts late in the race, that only ups the ante on who you got to go up against to get that win. Now he's going to have Shane Clark to the outside. Clark's already been a winner this year. And Nick Morton holding strong there in the 00, and then the 15 of Frank Moulton, already a 2-time winner this season. He's within striking distance. 4 laps to get this one done.
Yeah, Nick Morton is having an awesome run this evening. When we talk about heavy hitters or cream rising to the top, we're always talking about guys like Shane Clark and Frank Moulton. But man, Nick Morton is really holding his own with those guys. Would love to see him in late model top 3. Chase Burgess just picked up his very first late model top 3 2 weeks ago, and he's up to 5th now in the 13 with that patriotic number on the car for this special day. Here comes a 5 of Steve Barker on the AC Towing wrecker hook.
Yeah, still working on getting the 17 of Ross Harlow back up on the rollback.
Hope all you kids got your light sticks ready that were donated for the night by the Cook family in memory of Dale Cook. And the race program tonight brought to you by Dale Cook Excavation. We are going to certainly put those light sticks to use here in 4 laps and after Victory Lane.
Want to thank our great sponsors at Ames True Value Supply for supporting Wiscasset Speedway. From hardware and tools to paint, plumbing, lawn and garden, pet supplies, and everything for your home or camp, Ames has the brand you trust and the service you can rely on. Whether you're fixing, building, or just getting ready for the season, their friendly team is always ready to help you find exactly what you need. Be sure to shop local, smart, and shop Ames True Value Supply, Route 1 Wiscasset, right up on the hill. Right out on Route 1, Ames Supply, your hometown hardware store. Lights off on the pace car, ready to get back at it. 4 laps to complete this race. Burgess and Clark. Here we go. Ben got a really good jump that time. Clark not quite up to snuff. Going to bring Nick Morton back into the picture in the 00. Morton holding tough with Clark to his outside. Moulton right in behind. And the rookie Ben Burgess leading the way with 2 laps to go this time by. White Laundry ready to fly on the number 7. One more time down through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag ready to fly. Ben Burgess will take the win. Ben Burgess gets the win, his first in a late model and 18th of his career. Nick Morton gets his first career late model podium with a runner-up finish, and Shane Clark will complete the top 3. Frank Moulton will finish in 4th. Ben Nile unofficially in 5th in the 72. Top 5 will go to the backstretch wall for the tire check. And again, we invite you to stick around if you're willing and able, and join us for a few fireworks to wrap up the show tonight. Compliments of John Shorey Carpentry. By the way, we'll have our traditional big fireworks display on birthday night coming up at the end of July. A lot of folks have been asking about that as well. Career best finish for both of these young men up in the top two. Ben Burgess, first career win. Nick Morton, first career late model podium.
There he is, folks. Make some noise for Ben Burgess. Oh my goodness, what an awesome night of racing it's been. So many exciting finishes. Ben, tell us about the race with the 72. That was the most exciting part, clearly, for you.
I hate winning him like that. He was faster than me, but he showed me in the heat race how to pass someone when you're not faster than him, and then he fed me the right rear. So we worked too hard to give up wins. But I got to thank Bob, my dad, my grandfather. We blew a radiator in the heat race. We got that fixed. Thanks to Red and Dustin, my cousin Cole, my family that comes out to watch, and Spencer Group Paving, and Richard and Vanessa for this awesome facility.
Your first win in a late model, first win for your family with this car. Your dad raced it for many years. Just tell us what that means. He did?
Leave him alone.
Was it the non-winners race?
No, he won a non-winners race, and then it was 1 or 2 after that. He had a good finish with Will Collins, but...
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, it's definitely a good piece. I'm not the best driver in the world, but it works all right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think win 17 for Ben Burgess at the Raceway. All right, Nick Morton. Let's hope I get this stat right. Is this your first top 3 in a late model, right? How's it feel? And it's not even just a third, it's a second. With that restart certainly helping you out. How's it feel, man?
It feels pretty good. I think we were probably about a 5th place car. Jonathan broke, and then, I don't know, Ben Nile tries to run through everybody and then tries to chop on me, and now he's mad at me. But you're going to come down after moving me out of the way in the heat race. I ain't lifting for you, especially when you play those games all the time. So this is awesome. I got to thank all my sponsors, Mo's Customs, Ken York Inc., Coastal Race Fab, T&L Automotive, Bill's Garage, Hilltop Collision, Coastal Automotive, Coastal Race Fab. I got to thank my dad, Dave, V-Knot. Running with Shane was fun. Running with Frank was fun. Running with Ben Burgess was fun. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Pat Winters, he gave me a huge help before the race and woke this thing up, so it was a lot of fun.
He woke this thing up, huh? So is this something we're going to see more often? Are you going to be a top late model contender from here on out?
If I have anything to say with it, I'm going to try.
Nick Morton, ladies and gentlemen, in his sophomore late model season. Hey, Shane Clark. Oh, tell us about that race. Everybody was so close up front.
Yeah, it was a good battle. I thought it was just hard racing up there. You know, it was a lot of fun. You know, I've been doing this a long time, so good to see that. Huge thanks to my guys. Worked really hard. Came down on the 4th. You know, family came down too. So huge thanks to Wellman Paving, C&L Aviation's on board with us, Main Pro Mortgage, Sticky Custom Vinyl, Littlefield Farm. I know I'm thinking. And huge thanks to Maine Fire Protection. They're big supporters of mine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Shane Clark, Nick Morton, and Ben Burgess in the late model top 3 in Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane for the final time this evening. Let them hear it, folks, one more time. Make some noise for all the incredible races we had tonight.